The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Local sports now.
It's the 302 Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. Welcome to Delaware's premier high school football pregame show, brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Now let's go live to your host of the Sodell Concepts pregame show, Benny Mitchell.
Local sports.
And there it is. There's the prize they're playing for tonight. The bell that rode on the engine of the train that went from Harrington to Milford back in the 50s and the 60s. They removed the bell from the train and made a trophy out of it. And tonight is the Battle of the Bell here at Lake Forest High School. Good evening, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell. You are watching the Sodell Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. We are at James H. Blade Stadium. Tonight is the Battle of the Bell, the 54th playing of this rivalry game. Both teams come in unbeaten in the early part of the season. The Milford Buccaneers 2-0 after dispatching two Maryland opponents. The Bucs are averaging 30 points per game. Meanwhile, the number 6 ranked Lake Forest Spartans 1-0 got a big early morning road win, 22-12 over Mount Pleasant last week. If we're trying to compare these two teams, I would have to say, Scott, they're pretty even. Both are solid at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and in the trenches. If there's an edge, I'd have to say the slight edge goes to the Bucs, and on the line with the bookend tackles, Daniel Hughes and Desmond Aldugue. Let me bring in my broadcast partner for tonight's game, Scott Cameron. Scott, I think we're ready for the Battle of the Bell Classic.
Absolutely, Benny. I think it's going to be a big game, and it's nothing like Friday night football. Two great teams battling over a bell like that. We're going to talk about some of this more in depth on the storylines, but Benny, I think the biggest thing you could say about tonight is big-time players make big plays in big games, and we're going to see who steps up. The question is, can the right side of the Milford line impose their will? Can Lake block Desmond Aldugue? That remains to be seen, Benny.
Yeah, going to Duke next year.
Going to Duke next year.
Milford head coach Sean Strickland in his 8th season with the Bucs, where he has a 40-30 record with 2 state tournament appearances and a trip to the Division II state finals in 2018. Although he is 3-4 against Lake Forest. Last year, Ryan Mejia was a playmaker receiving the ball. This year, the senior moves to quarterback and gives the Bucs a dual threat. Andrew Kravitz steps up to be the main receiving man for Mejia, but Milford has 2 hard running backs in Denaire Horsey and Elijah Lake. The Bucs are going to make they're going to make plays on offense, but their defense is going to be tested tonight. How they respond will dictate how this edition of the Battle of the Bell goes.
Welcome to the Milford Marching Bucks pregame performance.
Yeah, and as far as Milford goes, Benny, Milford's running a 4-3. Their outside linebackers are up on the line, and they're standing up, and they get really good edge. They really get good edge contain. They have excellent outside guys with Aldugue. On offense, they're gonna run a spread. They'll have no back, 1 back, or 2 backs. They have 3 split out. And then the question is, can Mejia get the ball to Kravitz? Because Kravitz can make plays after contact when he catches the ball, and he's a big-time player, and this is a big game, and we're going to see what we can do there. So those are some of the questions that we're going to look at. And turnovers, penalty, and special teams, Benny, are always a big part of it. Milford has been pretty solid on special teams. Their penalties have been good, and they haven't really turned it over, but their competition has not been that great. So this is a big game for them, a big test. Lake Forest ranked 6th in their district, so this is a big game for Milford.
Freddie Johnson leads the Lake Forest into his 17th season, has a record of 82-79, reaching the state tournament 3 times. Johnson is 10-7. Versus Milford. Just like Milford, it was a little late in the season losing streak that kept the Spartans home from the state tournament. But that was how competitive Class AA District 3 is. There's no week off. The Spartans return all District 3 quarterback Jonathan Tyndall to lead their veer offense. If he goes through the air, he has 2 weapons in Johnson Oakley and sophomore Jameer Snell, who has a TD last week against Mount Pleasant. Also, Jameer Marable has good hands at tight end. We will talk about their backfield later, but Scott, Lake Forest is a well-balanced offense. The Spartans returned 10 starters on defense, led by all-district Khalif Spencer.
Absolutely, Benny. And against Mount Pleasant, they ran the veer. They actually ran a little bit of the spread, and they ran some interesting unbalanced attack with a single back and a single wing. So that was kind of an interesting thing there. One of their big players on defense is Khalif Spencer, and he can play ball. He can rush the edge. He can outside contain. That team is aggressive on defense. They're athletic, and they are super well coached all game against Mount Pleasant. The Lake Forest coaches were coaching up their kids and staying in the game. They're running a 5-2, and they're fast and they're athletic. They made a couple mistakes on defense where their defensive back tried to cut off receivers, went under the route. They got overthrown and broke off some big stuff about Mount Pleasant against Mount Pleasant. So we're going to see if Mejia and Kravitz can really take advantage of those defensive backs trying to undercut those plays. But this is going to be a good matchup, and the question is going to be, can the right side of the Milford line impose their will, and Khalif Spencer get some pressure on Mejia so he doesn't get off the long ball to Kravitz? And those are two of the real big storylines for me, Benny.
Folks, when we come back, we'll take a look at the Arenas Deli players to watch in today's game. I'm Benny Mitchell with Scott Cameron. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
And welcome back to James H. Blade Stadium for the 54th playing of the Battle of the Bell between the Lake Forest Spartans and the Milford Buccaneers. I'm Benny Mitchell, with me, Scott Cameron. On the cameras, Trey Mitchell and Matthew Westcott, Dave Marvel with the stats. It's time for our Arenas Deli players to watch. Arenas Deli, 6 locations. The original location, downtown Road Beach. Arenas Cafe on Highway 1. In Lewis at the Village of 5 Points. At the airport in Georgetown, Milford, and the new Arenas Pub on Highway 1. Lewis. And we're going to start with the Milford Buccaneers, Scott, and they bring a trio to this game tonight. Start with Ryan Mejia, quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, wherever they need him. He's a senior. He's also a 3-sport athlete, football, wrestling, and a baseball player.
Absolutely, and he wrestled for Coach Don Parsley of the Milford Buccaneers. Really a great program with a lot of strength and a lot of history. One of the things that most impressed me about Mejia, watching him on tape, is that he is a dual-threat guy. I think he prefers to run the throw, but he has thrown the ball well with zip, and he has gone through his progressions. And he's a spark plug for that team. He is not afraid to come up there, look at the line, and call his own number and take a sneak and pick up a first down if he has to. He's a hard-nosed kid. He moves his feet good. And he really, to me, is an athlete defensive back that's playing the dual-threat quarterback because he makes good decisions, and he's a tough, strong player. So that's really what we see out of him. Really got a big upside. I think he's going to get better as the season goes along.
Right, number 70, Desmond Aldugue, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, the senior, 6'5", 230, committed to Duke. He's going to be a Blue Devil next year. This guy also a basketball player, another multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, and as Aldugue goes, Milford goes. He's on the right side of the line. He clears it out. The question is, what is Lake going to do to do something about that? Because Milford has 2 bruising backs, really hard runners, and they're going to get a good push on the right side, and those guys are going to run behind them. And if Lake can't stop them, Milford's going to keep exploiting that until they stop them. And I think Aldugue, as good as he is on the outside contain, I think he's a better right tackle. And I see him projecting really in college as an offensive guy because he moves his feet so good. He's 6'5", and believe it or not, I think he's bigger than his 230 listed on his frame. So he's got a huge upside, one of the best players really to me in the state, and we're excited to watch him play tonight.
And then I think this young man here can be the key to how this game goes for Milford tonight. Number 2, Andrew Kravitz. And again, Scott, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Again, another two-sport athlete. He's a basketball player for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and Benny, the thing that most impressed me about him is his yak numbers, his yards after the catch, and his yards after the catch after he made contact. That was really impressive to me, and he gives them a deep threat, and he gives a running team that's got a big offensive line the ability to get vertical, get the ball downfield, run some skinny posts, run some deep outs, and really stretch the defense and make sure that 5-2 doesn't pack it into the box and try and step the run. So I see the Kravitz link up to be one of the most important things tonight, Benny.
And as you hear the sights and sounds of the Milford Buccaneer Band in the background tonight, stadium's starting to fill up. So let's talk about the Lake Forest Spartans. And got to start with number 4, Khalif Spencer, the senior running back, defensive end. Returning two-way starter, first team all-district defensive end last year, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely, Benny. And one of the things about Khalif Spencer that I really like is his athleticism. He was first team all-district last year at defensive end. But he's a smart player. He gets up and down the field really well. He doesn't take a lot of plays off. He's got a good motor. And I really think as he goes and how if he's able to stop the run and turn it in and let some of the bigger guys pursue, scrape down the line and clean it up, I think Lake Forest is going to have a lot of success on defense.
Number 3, Jameer Marable, senior tight end, fullback, linebacker, 3-year starter on defense. He's a tight end with great hands. Coach Johnson expects him to be an impact this year for the Spartans.
Yeah, and I watched him a lot play against Mount Pleasant. Really smart player, really strong player. They have 3 or 4 guys that I think are kind of interchangeable and can make plays on the field. But I was very impressed by Jameer Marabel's hands. His hands were very good. He caught a couple balls from Tyndall that were zipped in there that I did not think he was going to make the catch on. So if you could pick up some of those plays and get chunk yardage, I think that's going to go a long way to Lake being able to move the ball in Milford.
And the last player we're going to talk about, the quarterback, number 10, Jonathan Tyndall, the returning all-district quarterback from last season. And, he runs this triple option well.
Yeah, and the thing about him is if he has a great game, Lake's going to have a great game. Because when you run that triple option, when you run that veer, you're going to have to make decisions. And those decisions that you make are going to impact the outcome of the game. So he has to read guys and make decisions. So he needs to be calm and relaxed. And from what I've seen of him last year and this year, he's a cool customer, and he's come to play. And he has a little more zip on the ball than you would think. He's definitely grown and matured from last year. So we're looking for a really big year out of him. And I think in a lot of ways he could be a star in the making for the Henlopen Conference.
Coming up, Scott Cameron and I will break down tonight's game with the X's and O's after this commercial timeout. You're watching the Sodell Concept pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
And welcome back, Scott. Again, there's a picture of the bell. And I was told that back in the early days, when people would go to the old Harrington-Milford game, they would ride this train back and forth to the game on those on game day. And not a lot of, we see them in college football, and I'm sure there's more around America, but kind of unique to Delaware to have a game. I know there's a couple upstate, and there's some trophies they play for, but to actually have a piece of memorabilia from, let's say back in the day, to make a trophy out of, makes this kind of even more special.
Yeah, and it makes you kind of miss the days when Milford played Harrington and Lewis played Rehoboth and Selbyville played against Rehoboth
Right.
and things like that, or Millsboro.
Georgetown.
Millsboro, Georgetown. Was it the Millsboro Knights?
Millsboro Blue Devils.
Millsboro Blue Devils and the Georgetown
Knights.
Georgetown
Gold
Knights. So, there's a lot of history in Delaware football. There's a lot of history in the Henlopen Conference football, and we've got some really good players this year. There's some really good defensive ends. We're heavy in defensive ends. Sussex Central's got a big-time defensive end. We're going to see 2 of them here tonight. So we have some athletes and we have some players in Henlopen Conference, and we might be a small state, but we're a mighty state, Benny.
Well, and you talked about the Millsboro Blue Devils. Scott, did you know the other half of Lake Forest Felton, they were the Green Devils back when they were a high school. So welcome, folks, back to Felton. You're watching the SoDel Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports, and we're getting closer to kickoff. We're going to break down tonight's X's and O's. Scott, for Milford, what I think they need to do to be successful is I think they need to set the edge on defense. Don't let the Lake Forest speed beat you.
Yeah, and I think that Alduguay's definitely going to set the edge. The question is, what's going to happen on the other side? Is Lake going to run at him, or is Lake going to run away from him? That's really going to be the thing. I think maybe some draws and some screens and some stuff like that tire him out because he's playing both ways. I think that's probably how I would approach it. But he definitely is going to set the edge. And Lake Forest has got some jet sweeps, some nice jet sweeps where they go unbalanced and a wing to the left side, then they jet sweep back to the right side, and then he runs to the long side of the field and lets the pursuit try and get to him. And they got some quick guys that can get around the corner. And if they get around the corner, it could be off to the races, Benny.
I think Milford, they need to get out the field on third down. And, Scott, they need to bring the energy. This is not only a rivalry. This is a key district game.
Yeah, and there's a big crowd here, and the crowd's ready to go. The band's into it. And there's a lot of people. I saw a lot of teachers, a lot of people in the crowd that are coming to watch. There's good fan support. I think it's going to work. They all got blue. They all got the orange vests like the Del Dot workers.
Right.
And stuff like that. So this is an exciting game. This is as good as high school Friday night lights get in Sussex County.
For Lake Forest, what do the Spartans need to do tonight? I think a big play early, get the home crowd into the game, limit mistakes, and turnovers.
Yeah, and Lake Forest has some guys that could break long plays. They have some speed. They have some speed demons. They have guys that could play ball. They actually have some good kick returners, and they got some guys that can then get around the corner and score. So a big score would definitely go a long way early on to set the tone. Last week the game we had was a heavyweight slugfest. It was
Right.
2 great defenses, Sally's and Sussex Central. They went back and forth. They played really within the 40 and 40-yard line. They had one score, 7-0. I'm not expecting that in this game.
No, I think we're going to see more offense.
We're going to see more offense and more scores. There are 2 good defenses in this, but I think that Mejia and Tyndall are going to light it up more tonight than any of the game we've done so far this year.
Scott, they need to get their feet around Mejia, make him rush his passes.
Yeah, because to me, again, he's a dual-threat quarterback, but he's a run-first guy and a throw guy second. I think the coaching staff has really worked Milford on getting his throws up to speed, but I still think he's primarily a runner. So when he has to throw, if they can get pressure on him, if Khalif Spencer can get pressure on him and get in his face and make him move his feet and have to reset, that's going to be a major problem for Mejia.
Scott, normally at this point I would go to another SoDel commercial.
No more.
But I feel the energy. We're going to stay right here for the team entries. And we're going to talk about a little bit of we're seeing the crowd. I've been to a Battle of the Bell. This is my first recording of a Battle on the Bell. The last one I went to came down to the last 30 seconds of the game when Lake Forest pulled a huge upset in Milford. Tonight, Milford, technically the underdog is Lake Forest ranked number 6. I think these two teams this is a heavyweight fight where these two teams are dead even.
Yeah, and the best games are when the guys are dead even, and somebody and an unlikely hero has to step up and really make it happen. So there's going to be a lot of seniors playing in their last big game tonight, and we're going to see if somebody steps up, an unlikely hero. And those are my favorite things about the Friday Night Lights, the unlikely heroes that really step up and make it happen. Those are the storylines that we're going to be following, Benny.
Let's go to the turf report. We're on artificial turf. It's in excellent condition, 76 degrees at kickoff. Very little wind here tonight. We'd like to take a moment to thank our 2022 sponsors, Barclay Heating and Air, Capstone Homes, Ace Hardware Handyman, Dewan Johnson State Farm, Arena's Deli, Active Pest Solution, Louis Pizza, Last Year's Barbecue, Sodell Concepts, Sunbelt Rentals, Joint Physical Therapy, and Grandpa Max. In this division, we're going to go through the AA rankings. Number 1, Archmere. Number 2, St. Mark's. Howard is ranked number 3. Wilmington Friends is ranked number 4. Caravel, number 5. Lake Forest jumps into the rankings this week at number 5. And DMA ranked number 7. I'm sorry, Lake Forest is number 6. And I think Milford is your bubble team.
Absolutely, and Milford's definitely right on the bubble. In Class A, we have Laurel's the top team. The Laurel Bulldogs, Benny, they run a program from the Pee-wees all the way up to the high school, and they're competitive at every level. St. Elizabeth is number 2 in Class A. Seaford, who is a hard-nosed team, who we think can really go all the way and is going to be a real threat, is number 3. Indian River's number 4, another downstate team. Tadnall's number 5. Odessa, the new Odessa Ducks.
That's right.
They look like the Oregon Ducks. We love them. And number 7 is Wilmington Charter, and those are your top 7 Class A in the Delaware Live Sports Rankings, powered by 302.
And AAA, Middletown number 1, Smyrna number 2. They're getting it on at 7 o'clock tonight. Sussex Central 3, Dover 4, St. George's 5, Slazanum 6, and Cape Henlopen at 7. Scott, I think Sussex Central is maybe a 2A. They're a strong number 3.
Yeah, and I think Sussex Central's going to be one of those teams. If they can make Smyrna and Middletown look ugly, get in the dogfight, I could see that game if it was like in the mud in the middle of winter or whatever in the playoffs, that Sussex Central could really stick it to Smyrna and Middletown. Right now, obviously, Middletown's number 1, Smyrna's number 2, and Sussex Central has not proven themselves yet, but we're expecting Sussex Central really to step it up.
So here we go, waiting for the 2 teams to enter the stadium. And a little bit of showmanship here, Scott. Lake Forest has been out there for about 5 minutes, and they're not coming out till Milford gets on the field.
No, and showmanship in high school is always the best because sometimes no one else knows what's going
That's
on
right.
except the kids.
Right.
Did you see what they did? No, I didn't see what they did. But yeah, they're waiting, and they want to break their banner and get their cheer and get their team juiced up right here for the kickoff, Benny.
While we're waiting for Milford to come out, so I got a great entry story from 1980 when I played at Sussex Central High School. We played Lake Forest on homecoming, and they always play homecoming on a day game. So we went over to Chipman Middle School and warmed up, sent the captains over in a van, and brought the bus up at kickoff. We ran off the bus and lined up for the kickoff, and we were I think at that point we were like 1-6, and we knocked Lake Forest out of the state tournament that year.
I bet they don't remember. They won't forget that, Benny.
Probably by now they do. Been a long, long time ago. And there's your Milford Buccaneers coming on the field in the all-white with the burgundy helmets. And, Scott, this place is packed, and this crowd is electric already.
Yeah, and we're going to go back to really what my theme of the game is, and that's big-time players are going to make big plays in big games. And this is – you know, people can make their reputation and set their name in legendary status, and that's really what high school football is all about, remembering those plays and those games that you play with your teammates.
And here comes the Lake Forest Spartans. Scott, on the show, asked the Milford kids on the show the other night, even though this game's being played in week 2, does it change the atmosphere? And they said absolutely not. It's the Battle of the Bell. There's no other game.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see how some of these coaching staffs handle these kids. I was watching the coaching staff in Milford. They got some experienced guys over there. They picked up Billy Collick, Jr. from Cape Henlopen, so that's a big pickup from Cape Henlopen. And we're going to go to the National Anthem.
Friday night Battle of the Bell,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
54th
not a Lake Forest
edition.
home game without some words from Chester Scott.
And looks like Lake Forest will take the ball first. Lake Forest will be moving from left to right on your screen. Navy blue helmets, light blue shirts, navy blue pants. And the Milford Buccaneers in the burgundy helmets, all white unis. Moving from right to left, they'll be kicking off.
Yeah, Benny, in the last couple kicks that Milford had, they kind of squibbed it, pooch kicked it, and what they're trying to do is put it on the ground and make Lake Forest make a mistake. And the most important thing for Lake Forest is when the ball is in the air, keep it in the air, catch in the air, don't let it hit the ground. We all know about footballs, they don't bounce the right way.
Here we go, ready to kick off, start this ball game.
Engineer Snell back deep for the Spartans.
Yeah, and Jameer Snell, number 14, is the guy to keep your eye on. Looks like they're going to try and bounce it to him like we talked about.
Takes it at the 10-yard line, looking for something on the right side, cuts it back up the middle, has some blockers, gets it out to about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Big start to the game, Scott.
Benny, and that's what we talked about. When you got a big crowd like that, keep them in the game, make a big play right off the bat. We'd love to see them really go for the jugular here and try and pick up some big yards. So that's a huge play to start the game. And Milford did exactly what we thought they were going to do. Is they bounced the ball. They tried to make it a scrum down there. But looks like Miller just picked it up and just rolled with it, just like coaches teach them how to do.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lake Forest Spartans. First drive of the game at their own 44-yard line. There's a ready-to-play whistle. And they come out with their double wing. Single back, split both sides.
It looks like Milford's loaded up.
Tyndall under center, hand off to Young. Young's got some running room off the left side. He's going to have enough for a first down.
Yeah, and I watch Young a lot, man. His thighs are strong, Benny. And when he comes through that line and he's powering, he looks like the old-school Roger Craig type runner. He's not a guy you want to get in his way, and it's going to take more than an arm tackle to bring him down.
He was the 182-pounder as a freshman last year for the Lake Forest Spartans. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball out to the Milford 45.
Yeah, the number to watch for Milford, Benny, is the left defensive end, Desmond Aladuge, who's the Duke commit. He's listed at 6'5", 230. I'm going to say 250.
Yeah, he's a little bigger than 230. Motion comes to the near side. It's going to be a handoff to number 1, Kai Rivera. Initially had wrapped up in the backfield, but he's down the sideline, going to be knocked out of bounds at the 25. Another first down for the Spartans.
Yeah, Kai Rivera is a guy that's dangerous, especially on that jet sweep. He really, if he can get outside and get down the line, it's going to be hard to catch him. And with Jameer Maribel and Snell and Bell running on the inside, I mean, that's really the game they're looking to play, Benny.
So they call him out of bounds at the 44. And I said wrapped. Initially, he was forced to bow back there in the backfield from the pressure, but gets down the sidelines. 1st and 10, Lake Forest. Tyndall under center. Split wide to the left in their double wing. Motion goes to the far side. It's going to be Young again with a big gaping hole. Stiff arm inside the 20. Steps out of a tackle. He's down near the 12-yard line. 3 plays, 3 first downs for the Spartans.
And we talked about it in the pregame. Aiden Young is hard to tackle, and you gotta be ready to tackle him, and you gotta come with 2 guys, and you gotta wrap up and drive, Benny. And a couple of arm tackles are just not going to get it done against this stud.
We are in the Lashers red zone. Looks like the ball at the 13. 1st and 10, Spartans.
Yeah, it looks like Milford. They were running a 5-2, but it looks like they took their backers
It's going to be Young
and put them
again.
up on the line.
Up the middle, inside the 5, down near the goal line. There's a flag at the goal line.
It's usually holding.
Yeah. Or face mask.
Face mask, yeah. Or holding the face mask.
And it's going to be holding against Lake Forest, so it's going to back the bus up.
You know, we talked about it in the pregame, too. It's like timely penalties. Every high school team is going to make mistakes, especially earlier in the year. The question is where and when. And holding on the goal line's probably not what Coach Johnson
No,
wants
that's
to
not-
see right
yeah.
now. But, with the way they're picking up yards, it might not matter. It might not matter here, but it could be a really costly, timely mistake. And in high school football, it's not a question of when you get called or if you get called for penalties. It's a question of when and how hurtful is it to your drive. So this is a pretty hurtful one right here.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 18. Tyndall goes under center. Split wide to the right, motion goes near side. It's Young again. He goes into the pile. And Milford's going to hold him up for a gain of about maybe a yard on the play. 2nd down for.
Yeah, Milford did a good job that time. Their defensive tackles and the defensive end really shed the block. They didn't let the Lake Forest tackles and guards get into their body. They shed it, and they got off, scraped down the line, made a play on Young, and really got him before he could get going, because once he gets a full head of steam, it's Katie bar the door.
He's great speed for a fullback.
Great speed for a fullback.
The forgotten position in football nowadays after the high school levels. Here we go. 2nd and 9 for the Spartans. Split wide to both sides, and I think they're going to get that penalty back, as it looks like Milford may have jumped off sides. The old hard count.
Yeah, it looks like they set up with the 2 wing backs for the first time. Single running back in the backfield, 1 split out. Went with the hard count.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and about 4. Tyndall getting the play from Coach Johnson.
Yeah, and you hate to see this drive stall right here. You wonder if Coach Johnson scripts the first 10 plays. A lot of high school coaches will script the first 10 plays. So sometimes when you script them and then stuff starts to happen down here in the red zone, you got some audibles and some different calls you can make. But, they need a score right here to get their crowd to keep going with them.
Motion with Maribel, handoff to Young, following Maribel up in the hole. And he's going to get it close to a 1st down. He's down about the 4th, maybe 3-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and you got to think maybe this is 2-down territory. Lake Forest does have a kicker. He's a lefty, and he's pretty proficient. He made several extra points. They didn't try any field goals, but he made several extra points against Mount Pleasant.
3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line. Young in the backfield. They're going to go Young again. Left side, bounces it out. He's got enough for the 1st down, but not quite in the end zone. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from inside the 1.
And with the way Lake's been running the ball, 1st and goal in down this low is a tough task for Milford to try and stop 4 times, because now they're definitely in 4-down territory, because he's going to take the odds and try and just jam it down their throat. We're going to play some smash mouth football here.
So here we go. 1st and goal from, looks like they're right on the 1-yard line. I think we're going to see Mr. Young one more time.
Why not? I mean, you might as well go with the hot hand.
Oh, no, they got quarterback sneak with Tyndall, and it's a touchdown for the Spartans. They strike first, Scott.
Touchdown, Spartans!
I just think that's a great call, because really you just jab with Young up the middle, off the guard, belly off the guard, and then when everyone's settled in, you sneak Tyndall in. I mean, that's a heads-up smart play. We said one of the big keys of the game is, how does Jonathan Tyndall handle this game? And he's one of their top players, and how is he going to play in this game? And so far, he's playing great.
So they'll go for 2 or for 1 here.
Yeah, and this is
Kick is up. And wide right, but it was a boomer. So, folks, we'll be back after this commercial timeout. Your score with 7:58 to play in the 1st quarter. The Lake Forest Spartans 6, the Milford Buccaneers 0. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
And welcome back to the Battle of the Bell. Lake Forest strikes on their first possession.
And you got to say, if Coach Johnson scripted his first 10 plays.
They scripted well.
He scripted them good. And if he was up late last night writing those plays out, it was time well spent because he could not have – they could not have had a more perfect first drive, Benny, from the kickoff all the way to the last score.
And they kick it away. It's going to go out of bounds. So Milford will get the choice on the penalty here.
Yeah, usually when you have one back, you want to kick the ball away from them so they could chase it and you can have them not get a clean catch. Usually when you have two guys back like that, you pick one and kick it to them. So, I think he kind of just pulled it a little bit, just like he pulled the extra point.
Here we go. Milford, their first possession of the game will be at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. And, Scott, I think, if you're Milford, no urgency, but you want to answer.
Yeah, and to be honest, they have some bruising runners and some bruising tackles themselves, Milford. So, this is kind of what we expected, that maybe they're going to use the right side of the line. They got two guys in the backfield.
Here we go, Mejia in the backfield. Takes a snap, handoff to, no, that's going to be number 6. Number 8. No, 9, Lake. Sorry, folks.
And Lake, that's fine. Lake, to me, is really the more of the speedster, really, of the two. And he, it's kind of like a lightning and thunder
right.
With the two running backs they have. But
he gets 5 on the game. They're both powerful runners. Lake with a little more speed.
Yeah, and they're deceptively fast and powerful. And the thing I do like about them is there's some big guys on the Milford line, so the running backs can kind of get behind them a little bit. And to me, they're scat backs.
Oh, little inside handoff, nowhere to go. I saw Young in on the tackle. Number 21, Trayvon Hodnett was the main tackler there.
Yeah, and Trayvon came up and put a lick on the Milford back on that one. That's laying the wood, Benny, and that's something that gets the sidelines excited.
Scott, it must be construction worker themed tonight as you look at the shot of the student section.
Yeah, I was joking around. I thought it was Del Dot, and I was going to make a comment about the Del Dot roads at the beach. But
loss of 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 8. Yeah, we suffer through it. We're suffering through it right now.
Oh, man. What they're doing at 5 points is criminal.
The state flower soon to be the traffic barrel.
That's absolutely right.
Pistol formation for Mejia. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out, and he is in trouble. I think the ball may have been stripped away, but he gets back on top of it. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and he was looking to get it. He was going to roll the pocket out, and Kravitz was running really a skinny post here on the front side, and he had a step on him, but Mejia just could not get his feet set and get the ball off. That's really what you were talking about in the pregame. Right. You don't want Mejia to get set because they're trying to roll him out, get his feet set, and throw to the near side on a skinny post, and that did not happen.
Just get some feet around that quarterback. Trips to the far side, empty backfield, and we have a whistle.
Yeah, one guy's not off.
And they're going to call illegal procedure on the Bucks. So Bucks, after a big first down or a 5-yard carry on first down, have done nothing but go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and as a former offensive lineman, if you get beat once, you're going to flinch pretty soon after that. So I think that's what happened. At first, I thought maybe they were in the illegal formation with the 5, and there were 2 guys on the line, but it was one of their tackles flinched. So they're going to do the same formation, Benny.
Looks like it was just a short punt formation maybe with Mejia. And it is. Almost gets blocked. And he's going to get it about the 44. That's number 14, Jameer Snell. He's down the sideline. And it's touchdown, 45-yard punt return for the Spartans. And, Scott, they're showing off that speed.
That's incredible. I mean, you're talking about special teams, defense, and offense. So far, I mean, there's 5 minutes left in the first quarter, but Lake Forest looks like the total package here early in the game.
I'm starting to feel bad about my pick now.
Well,
I think the problem was they were playing on grass last week and it slowed them down.
You could always switch your pick, Benny. It's fine.
No, it's on video. I can't switch. I did myself, yeah.
But I tell you what, Lake Forest is showing out tonight. I mean, they came to play.
Aiden Gary on to kick the extra point. A little wide right on the last one, left-footed kicker. Ball's down, kicks up, and I think this one gets blocked. I don't see the ball. In any event, it's no good, so we'll be back after this commercial timeout. Your score, Lake Forest 12, Milford 0.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create it.
And welcome back to Milford. The Bucks set to receive. And, Scott, I just can't think that this is – well, I know I didn't see this coming this fast. And I'm sure Coach Sean Strickland's got to be saying, that guys, let's get this thing together.
Yeah, and really the story of the game is Aiden Young, number 41, jamming the ball down the throw to Milford. Then you got Kai Rivera running on the outside. And then you got Snell with the punt return.
And we got another kick out of bounds. Starting to wonder if that's intentional. You know, after the big defensive hold, give them the ball back at the 35. So Milford to take over again, 1st and 10 from their own 35. Big first, or not big, but a gain of 5 on their first play of the last series, and then just went backwards. A couple losses on the run, a penalty, and almost had that punt blocked.
Yeah, we'll see here if Milford can respond. I mean, they got some offensive weapons themselves. So we'll see if they can get the ball. Number 9, Elijah Lake, is really a bruising runner. So we'll see if they can get to him the ball. Or number 2, Andrew Kravitz. I mean,
pistol formation, trips to the bottom side of the formation. Mejia takes a snap, it's a handoff, and nowhere to go. The Milford, that was number 4, Khalif Spencer. In on that one, and Scott, they just can't get it going. Lost at 3.
That was one of the big keys of the game. You got Khalif Spencer against the right side of the Milford line, and could they impose their will on Khalif Spencer, or Khalif Spencer get off the block and make the plays? And in that case, he got off that block, used his hands really good, and stopped the Milford running back in the backfield.
2nd and 13 for the Bucks. So in the backfield this time is number 4, Denair Horsey. And we're going to get another penalty on Milford.
Yeah, and that's another flinch on the right side of the line. Yeah, and Milford really needs to get it going with their backs, with Denair Horsey and Elijah Lake. I mean, those guys are ready to run. Let's give them the ball and see what they could do.
2nd down and long. Mejia takes the snap out of the shotgun, drops back, looks to his right, has a man. Oh, that may draw a flag, and it does not.
I think he tipped. I think there was a
tip.
Was it tipped? Okay. Yeah, there was the linebacker tipped the ball, then the D-back smartly
went up and made the hit,
he
right?
went up and made the hit, yeah. Yeah, I think without the tip, it would have definitely been interference.
Right.
But, you know, like on that one, Mejia did look through his progressions. He started on the curl route on the near side, and then he progressed to a shallow crossing route and made the throw there. I think that linebacker that was dropping got deeper than he thought and got a hand up and on it, and that really messed up that play for him.
3rd and 18 for Milford. Going 2-by-2 on the edges. Mejia drops back, looks downfield, throws one, has Kravitz, and broken up. Number 33 on the breakup, Earl Downing. Kravitz had a step on him.
Yeah, and I think Kravitz turned on the afterburners there, and Mejia really wasn't ready for that. But he had 2 steps on him, Benny, and he was ready to go. That ball just got hung up.
That's the difference, what we call throwing to the open receiver and throwing a receiver open. Throw that ball and let him get to it. He tried to keep it up with him, but you're right. Kravitz took off, and great play.
And that was
Downing.
that same route they were trying to run before, that backside kind of skinny post and get the ball up in the air so Kravitz could get to it. They just couldn't get enough air under it.
An empty backfoot is a short snap if they're punting again. It does. Gets it off to the right side. A nice spiral. And he's going to get this one at about his 37. Slips and falls. And that's where they'll take the ball. 1st and 10.
I like that little punt spread offense, shotgun. It's either a punt or they could throw something deep. That's a little tricky. It's a little Texas Tech-like.
4:17 to play here in the first quarter. 12-0.
And you got to think, Benny, are they going to go back to Aiden Young? Or are they going to go with a different
hey, I'm up 2 touchdowns. Aiden Young's will be my guy on his drive.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do. I would, whether it's scripted or not, I'm going back to Aiden Young. Let's see if he's in the backfield and what the situation is here.
And then we have some waiting for the chains to get set.
I'll still give you a T-shirt. Here you go.
And another whistle. And timeout, Lake Forest. Scott, we're going to take one with them. We'll read back your score. 12-0, Lake Forest.
In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
And welcome back. As the Spartans come out of their timeout. That was Juwan Johnson, State Farm, that last commercial. Scott, Juwan Johnson, a former Little Leaguer of mine. Great story about Juwan. Juwan batted well over 600, and he was a number 2 batter on the team.
Wow. What team was that? Devil Rays?
Nah, my Lions out of Millsboro.
Oh, Millsboro.
So here we go, 1st and 10. They go to the shotgun, and I'm wrong. Alduge gets some pressure, staying on. Ball's on the ground. Still loose.
Looks like Milford got it. Look, and we talked about it.
Number 25.
Yeah.
Amir Matthews. First turnover of the game.
And Alduque makes the big play. We were just saying that they needed a big play, and they're do commit to step up, and he did. And he was on the outside. He had outside contain. Tyndall tried to roll out to that side, and Alduque forced a sack and a strip sack. Milford recovers.
It's time for the joint physical therapy injury timeout. First score in of the night. St. Mark's takes a 7-0 lead over Woodbridge down in, I believe that one's being played in Greenwood tonight. Yes, the young man who out-hit him in the ear was his cousin, Deion Jackson. That's a name you remember. Three-sport athlete from Sussex Central, went on to play at Villanova. But appreciate his support and sponsorship of Delaware Live. And I can't tell who's down, but they're looking at lower leg.
Yeah, it looks like an ankle. So, Benny, going as expected so far, or any surprises? Really,
well,
that's
the off to the fast start. Of course, one of them was a punt return, so and that's something you don't usually count in your your pregame. You know, you hope to get those. Although a team that can score on a defensive TD or a kick return, a special teams TD, usually is a team that'll win the game. So they've already scored on the special teams. So here we go. Milford with a big turnover. They needed something, Scott, and they got it.
Yeah, and I've just been surprised. Lake Forest overpowering of the Milford defense. So let's see if Milford could capitalize on the mistake here on a strip sack by Desmond Aldugue.
Mejia is going under center. And it's going to be a handoff to number 9, Lake. And Lake has a little bit of running room. He's going to gain maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, and running to the right side is the bread and butter of Milford behind with Lake and Horsey, with Mejia handing off of them and running that hard run without a lead blocker to the right side. And Lake Forest has shut that down. I mean, they've shut that down, and we're going to see if Milford's going to be able to go a different direction. They've tried a couple passes to Kravitz. They haven't been able to get him the ball, and they haven't had much luck with Horsey or Lake running up the middle. So let's see if they make any adjustments here.
No gain on the play. Go back to the pistol formation. 2 receivers wide to the bottom of the screen. Takes a snap, looks to his right, throws high to Kravitz and closes right away. Number 6, Johnson Oakley.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get the ball to Kravitz on the outside, make him do something, looking for like a quick hitter.
Get him in space and be a player.
Yeah, get him in space and see what he could do. You maybe like to see more of a bubble screen or like an inside screen so it's not so long of a slow developing play because Lake's got speed and can close on those plays. So I'm hoping that maybe if Lake starts over pursuing, Milford could take advantage of that. But so far it's not looking like it.
3rd and 10 for the Bucks. Empty backfield, trips to the top of the screen, and we get another whistle, and Lake Forest is going to take another timeout. Scott Wynn might as well just take one with him, pay some bills, and we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations, Dover Federal.
Welcome back to James Blade Stadium. Lake Forest using their second timeout, so they'll have one left. 3:21 to play here. Lake up 12-0. So here we go. This time they flip the formation, good trips to the bottom of the formation. Mejia takes the snap, and he is quickly under pressure. And I saw number 21 coming in hot on the blitz. That was Hodnett, and looked like 66. Landon Hester on the sack.
Yeah, and Trayvon Hodnett, I mean, right in Mejia's face. Nothing he could do about it. Nowhere to go, and took the sack.
4th and 15 for the Bucks.
The stoutness of the Lake defense has been another surprise.
Yes. Tells us maybe Mount Pleasant's a little better team than I thought maybe. Throws down the right sideline, and there's some bump, and there's the flag. Pass interference intended for number 20, John Case.
And Case kind of had to pull up and wait for the ball, and it was going to be a jump ball, and I think that kind of surprised
Yeah, I think actually what he did is he jumped up into him.
Yeah. He drew the foul.
Absolutely. It's a big penalty. That's going to be should be enough for a first down. It's going to be very close. And the referee is just kind of walking around with the ball right now.
Yeah, so let's see, Benny, with 2:30 left in the first quarter, see if Milford could do something here. It's only 12-0, missing those 2 extra points. So, for them to really get back, and it feels like this could get out of control for Milford in a hurry here, that they need to do something here and score while they got the ball in the red zone.
Interesting. Didn't look like the referee walked it off. He just counted the yards. I didn't see him walk it off. I just saw him wandering around the ball.
Is he calling 4th? No.
Well, it was 4th and 15, and it was a 15-yard penalty, so I guess it's going to be a measurement, but they've already moved the 4th down stick. So I can't quite get a look at where it was. Was it a little longer than 15? So they're going to say first down for the Bucks.
Huge play. Absolutely huge play.
So that's their first down of the game.
And really, that's a 4th and 15,
Right.
kind of a desperation throw. You get the guy down there set up. You're almost throwing like a Hail Mary type situation. He goes up kind of a back shoulder, even though it wasn't on purpose. And he goes up and gets bumped.
Another T-shirt to give away. Great job.
So we have an official timeout.
Compliments of Thompson's Automotive. What quarterback wide receiver combination?
Not sure. Is there an injury that I'm not seeing? Not sure what we got going on here, Scott.
It almost looks like they called a timeout.
But it was an official timeout. I
Yeah.
just don't know why.
Well, it could have gone official timeout and then a timeout.
Okay, now somebody's cleaning something up off the field.
Uh-oh. Medical emergency.
Yeah.
All right, that makes
You
sense.
got it, Billy Gay. There's your T-shirt.
I don't know if it's blood or what, but she seems to be spraying and wiping it off. It looks like a wrestling match. Clean up the mat after a bloody nose.
If they stop the game for blood time, it's gonna be a long night.
You have to clean up all over the field.
That's right.
We'll see if we can find out at halftime what this was. It's been a long first quarter.
I mean, do you really want to know?
Yeah. Wandering minds want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2:30 left in the first quarter. I mean, this is a pivotal thing. This is a part of the game we're going to look back on, especially if it's a close game, and say, what did Milford do on this possession? So it's 1st and 10 on the 16.
So 1st and 10 in the Lasher red zone. Bucks with 2 backs in the backfield and a up blocker. That was Alduge. And cuts it inside. I believe that's number 6 on the carry. 9, Elijah Lake.
Yeah, and that to me was their most successful run and play.
That was
of the
the
game.
first play of the game, yeah.
Yeah, that was to me the most. And what they did is they put their big right tackle in the backfield and let him get ahead of steam and ran Lake behind him. I mean, we were saying that they're going to have to do something a little different because a lot of their plays that they had previously run that were successful, it looks like Lake was keying on them. And Milford maybe made an adjustment.
Gain of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 6. Ball inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. And it's going to be Lake again going to the right side. He's got some running room, cuts it back to the middle, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, and they ran the same thing back to the right side. So, look, they're getting a little bit of success now back and forth. And, you love to see that out of the coaches. Hey, Benny, if it works to the left side, let's do it to the right. Let's do it to the same guys to the right side.
1st and goal from the 2.
Big play for Milford here.
They're going to stay in the shotgun with a back to either side.
Are they going to run it again?
And this time it's going to be number 4, and Horsey, nowhere for him to go. They were one-on-one down here with Kravitz, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
You hate to see a drive stall after that, and especially they get the turnover. Duguay with the strip sack, recovered by number 25, and then they get a couple plays, get some stuff here. You know what you don't want to get is stalled here and have to go to your kicking game.
Ball moved back, lost to 3 on the play. Ball at the 5, 2nd and goal.
You don't want to be going the wrong way in this
And they're going to
situation.
split Kravitz out wide here to the bottom of the screen.
So you wonder if they're going to take a shot at Kravitz here.
Yep, they're going to hand off to Lake, cuts it back up the middle. Touchdown for the Bucks. Number 9, Elijah Lake, and we talked about the power he had as a running back, Scott.
Yeah, and I think it took Milford a little while to get a feel for what they wanted to do. I think the first couple drives, they got stymied, but coaches made the adjustment. Someone's paying attention up in the box, Benny. They made the adjustments, and they went to something else, and they capitalized on it. And that's going to make it a 12-6 game, and, looks like they're going to kick the extra point here.
Nason, I hope I said that right, Legros on the kicks. I'm going to tell you a kicking story here with the Bucks, and then we're going to get a whistle and a flag. So Monday when I went up to visit the Bucks practice and get some pictures, it's going to be offsides on Lake Forest. One of the coaches stopped the soccer team on their way off the field and held kicking tryouts. So I'm not sure if this is one of them.
Is this the winner?
Don't know. I'll have to ask at the
or the loser.
But they literally held kicking tryouts with some soccer players.
I will say, high school football has a long history of soccer players helping them out. A lot of soccer-style kickers in programs throughout Sussex County, and dual sport guys just show up for the game.
Holds down, the kick's up, and it's no good, so nobody can get it through the up race tonight, Scott.
I thought I saw a roughing the kicker.
And we have a whistle on the play, and it is going to be roughing the kicker. That's going to move the ball down inside the 1.
Yeah, and in that case, I think you go for it. You go for 2. The one thing about soccer, there's not a 240-pound guy trying to knock your head off after you kick the ball. And definitely not 11 of them running straight at you.
Right. Coach Sean Strickland. Trying to get his troops together here and mark it off. So it'll be extra point this time from the 1.
Yeah, and you got to think they're going to change gears and go for 2 here and make it a 4-point game. I mean, you had 3 or 4 plays down there where you just jammed the ball down their throat with your big guy in the backfield, and they ran a couple little counters and got Lake into the backfield. So let's see if they try that again.
So here we go. Second attempt here after the penalty. Kravitz split wide. Mejia's going to go under center with his 2 backs up close.
Mejia's not afraid to sneak either.
He does off the left side.
He's in.
And he's in. 2-point conversion for the Bucks.
Smart play by Mejia. We saw it coming. He had a little bit of a gap there in the A gap, and he saw it, and you kind of saw him lean a little towards it. I think his eyes probably got real big and said, I'm going for it, Coach. And that's a big play.
12-8 your score. We'll be back after this commercial timeout on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
So welcome back as they're throwing T-shirts out from the press box here on Trivia Questions, Scott, and they need to get a one-size-fits-all because now they're having to exchange them through the window as we're.
I haven't seen many 2X's going out, Benny.
I'm going to need it. 2X be tight.
A schmedium's going to make it work or not?
No. So here we go. 12-8. So that 2-point conversion makes that second touchdown not sting so bad, Scott.
Yeah, and again, they're kicking it away from Snell, putting it on the ground.
A lot of penalties here, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
Yeah,
7:30, over half an hour.
Yeah, and you keep saying, look, there's going to be penalties. It's high school ball. You're not going to play a flawless game, but you don't want them to hurt to the point where it's going to affect some of your scoring drives.
Well, that pass interference, that PI down there.
Yeah, that pass interference was a killer. I know in film that's not going to be fun film on Monday to watch that. That's when you slink down in your seat a little bit. I've made a few of those mistakes myself.
Find that's the time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the time. When you know that play's coming up, yeah. I had the coach run it back and forth like 25 times on some play I made like that.
Tyndall goes back in the shotgun, running back to his right. Drops back, looks to his right, and right in his hip pocket. That was intended for number 14, Jameer Snell, and that was number 11, Wilcherson Alexandro. Nice defense there. He was right in his front pocket.
Yeah, and Snell's got good hands. He went up, caught the ball at the highest point, had his hands in the proper formation, and number 11 just made a good play on the ball.
Second and 10 from their own 35. So, the first drive, Scott, Lake Forest marched right down the field and scored, then scored on a punt return, and then it's just been stalled since then. The fumble recovery and the incomplete pass. Motion goes to the far side. That's to Young up the middle. Young picks up maybe 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I mean, you got to think they're going to keep sticking to Young until they stop him. They really haven't stopped him yet. I think the 3 yards is probably the least amount he's gained so far. So until you really can show you stop him, I don't think I go to anything else if I were Coach Johnson.
And Coach Johnson's going to probably take this into the second quarter as the quarterback runs the play into the huddle with about 10 seconds left. And that's how we're going to end the first quarter. Your score at the end of one quarter, Lake Forest 12, Milford 8. We'll be right back, folks, after these commercial timeouts.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across Central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area. For dependable HVAC services, give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air.
And welcome back, Scott. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Ace Handyman halftime stats brought to you by Nick Beeler's Ace Handyman in Dover. He also services Sussex County and Lower Newcastle County.
Yeah, Benny, you got to talk about this huge crowd here today. There's not an empty seat on this side, and they're 3 deep around the fence.
That pass is knocked down by who else? Aldugue. Got the big mitts up.
Yeah, one of our keys of the game. Could they neutralize Aldugue? And the last 2 series, he's had a strip sack and knocked down the pass. So I think he's really got the hot hand and kind of come alive here, and he's starting to feel it a little bit.
Milford man striking it up across the way. Lake Forest breaks the huddle. Oh, maybe not. Wholesale changes here. Out come some of their big guns.
Yeah, it looks like Snell's coming out. Number 4, Khalif Spencer's coming out.
Like number 30, Aiden Gary. And comes one more, 24, Josiah Torres. And Spencer comes back on, I think. Yeah, Lake Forest is going to take their final timeout. So we're going to take one with them. Scott, your score, Lake Forest 12, Milford 8. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home. For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a complete...
So welcome back to Blade Stadium, coming off the Lake Forest timeout.
Yeah,
and they're going to punt it away.
Looks like there was some confusion on personnel on punt.
Oh, it muffs it. And Lake Forest is going to recover. At the 40, that's number 22 on the recovery, Sean Farrell.
Yeah, so looks like there was confusion on the punt. They didn't have the right personnel. They called timeout, and I guess they got the right personnel on the field, Benny, because they punted and got a turnover. So right back in their hands, and we're going to see if they can capitalize on this mistake.
Each team with a turnover so far here in the first half.
Yeah, so we're going to see what Lake Forest comes out with if they have something to dial up. We're looking for maybe a jet sweep or something going to Rivera. They had some success with that early on, but we haven't seen that in a little bit here.
1st and 10 at the 40 of Milford. Lake Forest double wing, receiver to the left or the bottom of the screen. Motion, and there you call it, Scott. Rivera, but he slips, trying to cut off the inside foot. It doesn't work, folks.
Yeah, and I really thought he had a lane there, and it opened up. And sometimes your eyes just get so big, and you see your name in lights,
right,
and your feet get going too fast. But yeah, we definitely called it, and we saw him coming, and he just missed it just a little bit. And I think Coach Johnson's going to put that one in the back of his mind and put it call it in at the right time next time.
And tell him to cut off the outside foot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cut off the outside foot.
2nd and 12.
Yeah, they run drills with that where they put the cone and you run and you plant on that outside foot.
Same formation. This time Rivera comes with a deep motion and goes Young up the middle. Pick up about 4 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
And that's really how you got to stop Young. You got to get him before he has a full head of steam on him. Because if that's the case, you're going to need 2 or 3 guys to tackle him and wrap up and drive, not just arm tackle.
Freddie Johnson in his 17th season here at Lake Forest. Gee, Scott, I remember when he wrestled. I mean, I remember him as an athlete. I didn't think it was that long ago. God, I'm getting old. 3rd and 8 for. I know she stayed out of that comment there.
Well, I will tell you this. I know I'm getting old when I think the referees look young. That's how I know I'm getting old.
3rd and 8 for I formation for Lake Forest. Young off the left side. That was a beautiful form tackle. Who was that? Number 6. That was Charles Shorts.
Yeah, and Shorts is doing exactly what you're going to have to do to stop Young, and that's you got to form tackle, you got to get your pads lower than his pads, and you got to drive. And you could see someone's working fundamentals with Milford, and they're starting to make some adjustments to stop it, because if it kept going like it did early in the first quarter, Benny, it was going to be a blowout.
Gain of about, call it 2 on the play, brings up 4th and 6, and the Spartans are going to go for it.
What do you think of the counter here?
Option.
Yep.
Rivera has it, steps out of a tackle. He is close to a 1st down as he went out of bounds. I think he's going to have it.
And that's really the first time we've seen the veer. I mean, you can call them a veer offense, but they don't run it that much. But when they do run it,
right,
it's really successful. They've almost been running, more of the spread,
right,
and then they've been running the single unbalanced, and then they've been running some double wing. So really, that's the first time I've seen the veer. But I guess if Young's running so well with the belly dives up the middle,
it's there, right,
of the A-gap, why go to the veer? Because the veer's, even though it's deadly, it's also dangerous.
Ball at the 27, 1st and 10 for the Lake Forest Spartans. And we have a whistle on the play. Looks like it's going to be a timeout Milford. It is timeout Milford. Scott will take one with him. We'll be right back. Your score, Lake Forest 12, Milford 8 in the 54th playing of the Battle of the Bell.
Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, panini, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food.
And welcome back. Coming in off the Milford timeout. They have 1 left. 9:30 to play here for a 2nd quarter.
Yeah.
Bucks with a 12-8 lead.
Yeah, this is a really pivotal time of the game again where Milford really came up with a big play. They scored, and they, with the Mejia sneak, got to 8. And here they need to stop this, or things can get out of control.
And then they forced them to punt and muffed the punt, so it gave Lake Forest new life. Motion goes away. It's going to be Young again, and he's going to pick up, looks like about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, and early on, Milford was loading up the box. They had like 7 or 8 guys in the box, and Young was getting through, and then he had like 4 or 5 yards before he got to the backer. Then I think they switched, and they're running more of a conventional 4-3 now, where they have 3 backers.
Right. 2nd down. And about 6 for the Spartans. Have some out-of-town scores coming up in a minute. There's your counter. Oh, nobody, one guy to beat. And that's it, touchdown number 14. Snell again. Second big run, Scott.
Yeah, and we kind of saw that counter coming because all of a sudden Milford has their ears pinned back. They're making plays. They're stopping them at the line of scrimmage, and that screams counter. Over pursue, counter back the other way, and that's really what happened. And Milford over pursued, and they countered back inside.
Just a couple school districts north of here. Dover 14, St. George's 0, and Kravitz opening up a big lead on Sussex Tech down in Georgetown. The Kravitz Bucks 35, Sussex Tech 0. And looks like Lake Forest is going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, I think they had a little trouble on their last 2 kicks, so might as well try something different here.
Del Mar leads Red Lion in one of our other games up north. You can watch that on YouTube. 6-0, and St. Mark's up 21-0 on Woodbridge. Those are your out-of-town scoreboard scores. So it looks like Tyndall's going to go under center with a full house backfield. Hands off to the last back. That's Spencer, and he is in for the 2-point conversion, and they go up 20-8. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout. Your score in the 54th playing of the Battle of the Bell. Lake Forest 20, Milford 8.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air.
And welcome back, and my wife, Kristen Mitchell, back in the Lewis studio, hitting her inner Lee Corso not so fast. Kravitz 42, Sussex Tech 0. So on to kick it away is number 30, Aiden Gary. Can you tell we watch game day on Saturday mornings?
Got to do something with your time, empty nesters.
That's right. So Gary will kick it away. On the left footer for the Spartans.
And usually
nice high kick.
That rotation, Benny, when you're kick returner is tough on the left footed.
Got it back about the 10. Oh, big hit.
Big hit from the Spartans.
That was number 3 on the return, Saturn. So they're going to take over 1st and 10. It looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 19. I tell you what, Saturn took that hit, bounced back, and went forward for another yard.
Yeah, and Lake Forest is really getting a little bit of everything. They're getting good special teams play. They're getting good line play. They're getting their good play from their running backs from a couple different backs. Young, Spencer. They're getting good play from their quarterback, and their defense is playing good. So, I mean, there's a reason they're up 20-8, Benny.
It is, so here we go, 1st and 10 for Milford.
So what are you going to do if you're Milford here? You know, I mean, you've had some things working.
I don't think you have to panic yet. I mean, you had a good series the last time. You were obviously aided by a penalty. And he is under trouble, and I don't know if he was trying to pitch that or just came out of his hand, but it's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play, bring up 2nd and 15.
And he had Kravitz with single coverage.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball slipped out of his hand. He just kind of like saw it fall to the turf, and he jumped on it.
Yeah, and I feel like at some point he's just going to start trying to get the ball in Kravitz's hand and make some plays, just because he's so good with yards after contact. I mean, you got to try and get your ball in your ball player's hands.
Absolutely. That's why they call them playmakers. 2nd and call it 14 for the Bucks. And they move Aldugue back into the backfield.
Yeah, and this worked really good. This is probably their most successful couple series of this.
He's going to pull. And a counter, and they sniffed it out. That was Horsey on the carry.
I will say Alduge cleared out a couple of linebackers, but I think that they cut in underneath behind him. You gotta hold that backside.
I heard some whistles.
Yeah, sometimes as offensive line coaches will be like, look, don't worry about that backside guy. He can't get there quick enough. We're gonna let space and time take care of that.
I think there's somebody's blowing a whistle in the bleachers is what they're saying.
We don't like that, Benny.
No.
We don't like that at all. It's hard enough to keep track of this game. Well, this isn't good. 2nd and 13.
Those should be 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13. 2nd on the scoreboard.
Spartan fans, let's make some noise for our defense. 3rd down.
3rd and actually 3rd and about 16.
Perfect stop here.
Mejia drops back, draw play. And incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Dangerous, almost picked off. One of the things about why that inside screen doesn't work is because Lake's really not over pursuing.
Right. Anthony Lewis stayed back on that. He kind of sniffed that out.
Yeah, they're staying back and sniffing stuff out, and they're really not over pursuing. So it's really not a great opportunity for those screens and draws and stuff. Usually when people get over aggressive is when you do that. So really, I mean, Lake's just playing man up, smash mouth defense. There's really not much you could do about that. When they went mano a mano with Alduge in the backfield is really when they had the most success.
So the Bucs will have to punt it away. Oh, he drops the snap, and it's going to be a Milford ball down inside the 5. So Lake Forest is going to take over 1st and goal from the 5, the Milford 5.
We need you to stop blowing the whistle.
So this is what we thought. There's somebody in the bleachers over here is blowing a whistle. Deldat guys don't blow whistles, do they?
Don't get me started. I like everyone's looking around like, oh, who, me? No, I didn't blow any whistle. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have a whistle.
Whistle? I didn't even bring one today.
So here we go. We're in the Lashers red zone, 1st and goal from the 5.
So you come back with Young?
Yeah, or Young or Spencer.
Yeah, Khalif Spencer's who they had running that extra point. Yeah, they led with, there you go.
That's going to be number 3, Marable, the senior. No gain on the play, maybe even a loss of about 4. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 9. I don't know if that was designed to go inside, but
yeah,
he kind of got stretched out, and that's not his genre.
I really think he wanted to cut it back inside, but they shifted.
Milford, good job of setting the edge on that one. They've had a little struggle with that tonight. 2nd and goal from the 9.
It's so simple, but if your outside guys can set the edge, it changes the whole tempo of the game.
That's Marable again. He gets it this time, Scott, on a 9-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Lake Forest. And the confetti goes in the air.
I mean, he was rolling around that corner.
They switched to the wishbone. I'm caught myself almost saying wing tee, but went to the wishbone there.
I mean, they've had a lot of different sets. They've run the veer, which is with the 2. They ran a wishbone. They've run the spread.
I mean, we talked to the coaches staff. They'll tell you they run the veer. They've not showed it a lot today, but they've just showed it with, of course, wishbone veer differences. Backs are in the backfield, but still the option threat is there. 26-8 your score. 6:15 to play here, and looks like they are going to go for 2. And they're going to go wide to both sides with Young in the backfield. Drops back, looks to the left corner, and he's got number 33 open. Earl Downing with the extra point. Lake Forest starting to pull away, and not what I expected here, Scott Cameron.
Yeah, and 33 Earl Dowling made a great play as a D-back over here on the near side in the first quarter, and he comes back and makes a 2-point conversion. So, I mean, they're deep. Lake Forest is deep, and they got guys making plays all over the field right now, and they got to be feeling good about this, and they got to be feeling good about the battle for the bell right now here in Felton,
I'll tell you
Delaware.
what, my experience with Battle with the Bell, buckle your seatbelts, this ain't over yet. These two teams have come down to the wire so many times. Dover up on St. George's 17-0. Scott, Dover took that loss to Arundel early in the season. 2 big wins since then. Smyrna goes over to Arundel, wins. They get the shutout, but only put 14 on the board. So Dover might be for real this year.
I mean, Dover's got a really experienced coaching staff, guys from Wesley, and they're really putting it together. And they got players and they got athletes. They got one of the top running backs in the state. So, I mean, if they put it together, look out. I mean, they could be a contender.
So kick it away down the middle of the field. Going to take it on the run, but there's whistles on the play.
Yeah, so with 6:15 here left and down by 3 scores, Milford needs to put together a sustained drive. I mean, you hate to go into halftime down 3 or 4 scores, Benny.
Yes. Looks like offsides on Lake Forest.
That's going to be another one in the film room is going to be a problem.
Right.
Someone's going to be doing push-ups for being offsides.
Coming up at the half, we'll have the Ace Hardware Handyman halftime stats. Nick Peeler lives right here in Lake Forest District. Former Air Force veteran, or not former, Air Force veteran. Call Nick Peeler. We'll have his name and number up here at the half when we put our stats up. So kick it away again is Gary. And another deep kick. He's going to take it at about the 20. That's number 3, Saturn. And he's looking for some blockers. Cuts it back into the middle. Gets a big hit by number 21, Hodnet. And will go down about the 35. But they'll mark his progress out to the 39.
Yeah, that's 2 big hits for Trayvon Hodnet. I mean, he's bringing it here tonight. 11th grader for Lake Forest, number 21. 2 great plays so far. But not bad field position for Milford.
No, ball out of the 39.
Yeah, so
other than the fumble recovery, is the best starting field position they've had in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is excellent field position. Let's see if they can get something going. And, you know, Coach Strickland's probably saying, take a deep breath. We're going to be fine. We need a little march, score a touchdown here, and get within 2 scores.
1st and 10 for the Bucs at their own 39-yard line. They trail 28-8. Toss to 9. That's Lake. And he cuts it back in. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Mejia had that kind of like 3-quarter drop step and kind of a quick pitch to Lake that was moving to the wide side of the field. They tracked him down though, but not a bad pickup. 4 yards.
Actually gives him 4 on the play.
Not bad.
2nd and 6 for the Bucs. 5:37 to play here in the 2nd quarter. They trail by 20.
The thing I like about that play is it gives Lake space to operate in. So he's not all clumped up in the middle.
Pistol formation. 2 receivers at the bottom of the formation.
And you got to think they're going to be going to Kravitz here at some point.
And there it is. Oh, breaks the tackle. Has a man to beat. Knocked out of bounds inside the 30. Excuse me, yes, the 30. Snell with the knocking him out of bounds. That was Kravitz. You called it, Scott.
Yeah, it's funny. All those years, you know, I played middle linebacker. All those years, you just get a feel for what they're going to do in hopes that, you know, as a not-so-fast middle linebacker, you had to be smart and anticipate the play.
Hope that your Jimmies can – now, they got the clock running, but I thought that was an out of bounds.
But, you know, and you'd like to see Milford really keep it going here. And, you know, they got a nice little drive going.
Counter. And, steps out of a tackle, steps out of another one. Gets down around the 25. That's number 4, Horsey, on the carry.
Yeah, and Horsey really made something happen out of that play. I'm still not crazy about the counter when there's no over pursuing.
Right.
It's still you're going to have to rely on a great play like that from a running back. I'd rather take what they're giving you.
If you look, Maribel's stepping across and stopping. He's not chasing.
Yeah. And
Gain
they're
of 5.
disciplined. I mean, Lake Forest is a disciplined defensive team.
Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Bucks. And they're going to bring 2 wide to the bottom of the formation. Kravitz alone at the top.
2nd and 5 for the Buccaneers, shotgun.
Mejia takes the snap, drops back, and looks to run down the left side. Has some running room. He's going to step out of bounds around the 20.
Yeah, and that's the dual threat that we talked about in the pregame, that Mejia is almost more comfortable running the ball than he is throwing, and that was a design. That was the design.
Absolutely. They had Kravitz run off the defenders.
Yeah, he ran off the defenders on the long side of the field, and then he did basically a sprint draw is really what that was.
We have a player down on the other side of the field, and it's time for our joint physical therapy injury timeout. Brian Padden in long neck. Middletown up 14-0 on Smyrna. I don't have what quarter that's in.
It might be getting close to cramp time here.
That's usually the 3rd quarter.
Yeah. Well, it's early cramp time.
Ball sitting right on the red zone, the Lasher Barbecue red zone, right at the 20.
Yeah, we've been saying that this is a huge, huge drive. And so far, Coach Strickland and company have dialed up the right plays at the right time, the play to Kravitz, and then the sprint draw with Mejia. So we'll see if he could dial up something else in this situation.
So they bring 2 receivers down here to the bottom of formation. They're going to go 2 by 2 this time. And who is that in the backfield?
And that's 21 Trayvon Hodneck coming off. He looks like he shook up a little bit.
That's a 2nd quarter score of the Middletown Smyrna game, 14-0 Middletown. It looks like Horsey in the pistol.
Yeah, so when your hard-hitting linebacker comes out, what do? Do you go right at him?
And that is Horsey on the run. And he's going to pick up a couple on the play. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. So gain of, well, now the box is going to move a little bit. So gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Bucks inside the 15, or excuse me, inside the 20. 3:35 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. And they go 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen with a tight end. And we have a whistle on the play.
I almost think that was a false start on the quarterback because he jumped the gun on that one, Benny.
And that's what it is, false start.
He was moving his feet.
And this is the point where you don't want the bus moving backwards, Scott.
Man.
Keep the bus going forward.
And the thing is, you don't want to tip your hand either with the early movement of the feet to give some of those linebackers a feel for where the ball's going. You want to disguise that as much as you can, vary your count, and not overplay your footwork early on.
So 2nd and 14, ball at the 24.
Looks like 21's coming back in after the injury timeout, so it's good to see he's okay.
Same formation here for the Bucks. And here looking to Kravitz. Oh, nice catch and turns in. Gets it down to about the 15.
Yeah, and Kravitz is tough with the yards after the catch and the yards after the contact. So they're playing their hot hand right now too, and they're getting the ball in their playmakers' hands. And he's making plays, Benny. And you're probably going to see him break off some more before the end of the game too. If they're going to keep throwing the ball, he's going to keep making plays.
Gain of 5 on the play, 3rd and 6, ball at the 15. The last time they went to Kravitz, they followed it up with a looked his way and then a quarterback run. And it's going to be Horsey. Now, correction, that's number 9, Lake. And it's a fumble.
Yeah, I think he was down. We'll see what they call. I thought he hit the ground before he fumbled. Or was over the line, but they're calling for it.
Not what Milford needs right now. So it's a fumble.
Oh, that's a killer.
Turnover for Milford down inside the 5.
Yeah, and you really can't fault your kid for that. I mean, he's trying to get extra yards on the second thing. It's
sometimes
kind
of like working too hard, doing too much.
Yeah. So, I mean, with 2:27 left, they still need – they can get a stop here and get the ball back. But a nice long drive, a 2:27 drive from Lake Forest on the ground will be a first-half dagger in the heart of Milford.
So they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard lines. That's how close Milford got, Scott.
Man, that's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker.
Motion comes to the near side. It's going to be Young right into the middle of the pile. And he goes maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, and as dominant as Young was in the beginning of the first quarter, Milford's made their adjustments to make their play to force Lake to go to other things.
In the Harvest Bowl, they've gone to halftime with Middletown with a 14-0 lead. So it looks like Coach Johnson's going to be happy just to run this clock out, Scott.
Yeah.
Milford with only 1 timeout left. Second and 8 from the 5. Tyndall under center. Looks like Young in the backfield. Nope, they're going to throw it. Incomplete.
I like the trickery, man.
Right.
You run it like you were going to run the clock down, and then
again, number 11.
You throw deep out.
Alexandria on the play.
I mean, I almost want to say the first half has gone perfect for Coach Johnson.
Sure.
As good as he could have hoped for.
Smyrna 0.
Minute 26 to play here in the half. 3rd and 8 for Lake Forest. I'm Benny Mitchell with Scott Kammerer. Trey Mitchell, Matthew Westcott on the cameras. And I think Dave Marvel's just about ready to do the addition there as he's keeping stats for us here for the Ace Handyman Hardware. Halftime stats. 3rd and 8 for the Spartans deep. And there's your option. And the ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Touchdown, Milford.
Touchdown, Milford.
Well, there's a flip-flop for you. 2 fumbles in the end zone inside of a minute.
Right. Wow.
Wow. I knew I shouldn't have said it was going perfect for Coach Johnson. Should have never said that, Benny.
Coach Johnson is not happy.
Not happy. That's the last thing he wanted to see. Run the veer and pitch it away. But, you know, we were saying it before, like there's no reason to go with that pitch option when you're running so good with the belly stuff up the middle, you know, because Milford stopped that. They were almost forced to come back and run that veer stuff, which is way more dangerous to me than the stuff up the middle.
Milford will go for 2 here. Scott, I told you, stay with this. Battle of the Bell has a way to have exciting endings.
I like that. I'll get my $3 worth for the game.
We gotta get you. We gotta get you the ID.
I'm fine.
Right. Oh, he's got him. Oh, just outside the reach. Incomplete. Point no good. Minute 20 to go. We're going to take a commercial timeout with your score. Lake Forest 28, Milford 14 in the 54th playing of the Battle of the Bell.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
And welcome back to the Battle of the Bell. 28-14, Lake Forest is your score. Scott, we were saying that Milford really needed to go down there in that offensive drive and score. Then they fumble at the 3, and we think, oh, my, they're dead. And then Lake Forest fumbles the pitch. Milford recovers, and they're back in this football game.
I mean, that's high school football for you. I mean, that's probably the most exciting minute that we've had all year, and it was 2 fumbles in the end zone, one recovered by Lake, one recovered for Milford, and now it's a 2-score game. They're going to kick it away, try and hold them, and go in the half.
And Milford gets the ball in the second half.
And as great as Lake Forest played in this first half, as flawless as it was, they make that one mistake late, and Milford's got to go into the halftime and think, you know what? We played terrible, and we really made some mistakes, but we're not in that bad of shape.
Legros kicks it off, kicks it to the sideline. And I see some Milford coaches aren't happy. I'm not sure that's where they wanted him to put it.
I don't think he's been hitting his spots, because usually you don't kick. Usually they won't coach you up to kick it in that manner. Usually when there's 2 receivers, you pick one and kick it to. And
so what does Freddie Johnson do here? Okay, so he gambled with the big lead and fumbled in the end zone. You got 1:20 to go, no timeouts. Milford with 1 timeout. Do you just run the ball and hope to break one and keep it safe, or do you throw it and pitch it again and risk a scoop and score?
Not me. I take a knee. I mean, you can. What's he? Yeah, they can.
Ball at their own 35, 1st and 10. They have no timeouts. Milford, I believe, has 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'd run the clock out and
go in with your
yeah.
with your 2-score lead.
Yeah.
I agree.
Of course, I'm in the broadcast booth.
Let's
and
see what
definitely
Freddie Johnson
Yeah.
thinks. So Tyndall under center. Motion comes and they hand it off to Young. And he's going to pick up a few on the play. And Young he's got that breakaway, for a fullback. He does have breakaway track speed. And you talk about that. He was the 182-pounder on the wrestling team. What 182-pounder has track speed?
I mean, he looks like he could run the 400.
Right.
And he's the kind of guy that could go through the A-gap, break 2 tackles, and be off to the races.
Zion Taylor checks in for Milford. He's a big body, number 44. 2nd and 8 for Lake Forest. Tyndall goes back under center.
2nd and 8 for the Spartans.
Oh.
Counter. And Rivera. And Milford's going to take their time out here, Scott. Rivera with no gain on the play. So we're going to stay right here with it. Milford kind of getting what they want. They're going to get a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, with 27
seconds and no timeouts. So yeah, I'm kneeling, or I'm handing off to Young, who's had good ball control tonight.
I mean, you definitely don't want to give the ball back to Milford and give him a chance to throw it
to Kravitz.
Throw deep to Kravitz. Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do. You definitely want to.
He's a basketball player. I tell him he had to put up high and tell Kravitz to get the rebound.
I mean, he's been doing that the last couple series.
Right, they got to get the ball back first.
I mean, there's a lot of storylines coming up in the second half that I think.
Well, I'm telling you, I've been to one of these. I've watched several, and I've followed this game. Folks, stay tuned and watch this one all the way out. So these 2 teams find a way to make things happen on the field. So 3rd and 8.
And I really feel like Coach Strickland and Milford coaching staff are getting a feel for how to move the ball against Lake Forest, besides the fumble in the end zone.
Right. 3rd and 8 for the Spartans. Counter again.
Ooh.
This time with number 14, Snell, and he's going to go out of bounds at midfield with 18 seconds left.
Coach Johnson has a bevy of running backs.
He does.
He's really got he's spoiled with riches of running backs. 3 really tough ones.
Well, Maribel will play some tight end and some fullback.
Yeah.
And we saw he's already been in the backfield too as one of the setbacks in the in that wishbone.
You almost got a 3 or 4 headed monster. And I guess if you're running the veer or the wishbone, you need guys because you run the ball so many times. You need guys fresh to be able to get in and get out.
It's kind of like Sussex Central with the wing T. That's
Yeah.
why he comes out with 5 or 6. Usually he'll start the season with 4, maybe 5, and Wells by the end of the year, he'll almost have a penalty on the play. He'll have 6, 7 running backs carrying the ball. So there was a penalty on the play.
Yeah, that's one of the things that surprised. Sussex Central had 3 of the top 20 backs in the state preseason.
Loss of 15. Brings up 3rd and 10. Now I'm kneeling on it.
I've been saying that since 2:30. I'd be kneeling on it.
Right.
18.7 on the clock.
Third and 10 from their own 35 is where the drive started. And they are going to throw. And he has the catch. Was it in bounds? Yes, it was. First down at the 44. 12 seconds to play.
So that's a first down, Spartans.
Wow. I mean, Tyndall has made a lot of good decisions, and they must have saw something there.
That and double coverage, but Snell went up and got it.
I mean, with 3rd and 10 with 12 seconds left in the half, to throw in the double coverage, 25 yards down the field, you got to have a lot of confidence in your tight end.
And there's the counter again with Snell, and he's got some running room.
Wow.
And number 3, Saturn's going to knock him out of bounds with 2 seconds left. Another big play by Snell. So far, he's been the big playmaker in this game.
This has been a really unusual drive.
Yeah.
Really unusual.
We've been kneeling on it for 2 minutes.
we've been kneeling on it for 2.5 minutes.
That's why we're here and not down there.
Yeah. I almost felt like he was going to run the game out, and then he changed his mind and threw it and had some success and said, let's go counter.
2 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure what that is. Is that timeout, Milford? I don't think they have any.
They don't have any.
Maybe I missed one.
That's definitely a timeout.
Yeah, so folks, we're going to stay right here with it. 2 seconds on the clock, 28-14. Lake Forest with the ball and the lead. Get some out-of-town scoreboard scores here. Delmar Red Lions 6-6. St. Mark's has the running clock on Woodbridge 35-0. And Dover leads St. George's 17-6. That's a big number 4 versus number 5 battle in AAA. Delmar Red Lion, they're fighting not to start off 0-2. Because in District 3, you don't want to start off 0-2.
Delmar Red Lion all knotted up at 6.
Zero. Sorry, talking to the they're playing Woodbridge. I'm sorry, talking with the PA announcer. So here we go. 2 seconds left. Ball at the, where they got at, Scott? The 17? Yes, 17.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 on the 17 with 2.4 seconds left.
I'm surprised he even got Young in the backfield. So here we go. In the shotgun is Tyndall with Young to his right. Drops back under some pressure. Incomplete, and that's how we're going to end the first half. Right off the fingertips. He broke away right at the end of the play there. Number 2, Darius Miller.
Yeah, I thought he threw a great ball there, Benny.
Yes, he did. So, folks, that's your halftime score. Lake Forest 28, Milford 14. Folks, we'll be back late in the halftime with some halftime stats. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Citadel Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
Melissa Ellis is part of 4 Acre Realty Company. She is licensed in both Delaware and Pennsylvania. Melissa knows that being personable and patient is a key to her success as a realtor. Helping both buyers and sellers understand current market values and conditions puts them in the best position when making an offer or pricing a home for sale. That kind of high-level professional communication and her skill at being a team player put Melissa's clients at ease, knowing she has their best interests at heart. Melissa is also an athlete herself, playing multiple sports so she understands what teamwork means. She is still involved in sports, whether it's sponsoring, coaching, or being team mom for her own 2 daughters' teams. What sets her apart is how grateful Melissa is for the trust of her clients. She never takes that trust for granted. She affords all people respect and honesty and works hard to be the support system clients need and deserve. Melissa Ellis, strong connections, strong service. High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Couldn't be more excited about having our...
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a little bit of the halftime show here by the Lake Forest Spartan marching band, and we'll get to the stats later in the half.
Sage Massey, is your band ready? You may take the field.
And welcome to our halftime stats. Benny Mitchell here with Scott Kammerer. And stat-wise, a little more lopsided than I thought. And now we're going to think about Milford, the two scoring off the two turnovers. But Lake Forest with 172 total yards, 20 passing, and 152 rushing with two turnovers. Milford, 62 total yards of offense, 40 yards passing, 22 rushing, two turnovers. Right now, turnovers key in this game. Let's go to the individual stats in the game. Young, 10 carries for 54 yards. Snell, 2 for 56. For Milford, Lake, 6 for 26. Kravitz has 1 catch for 32, and Snell, 1 for 20. Mejia, 2 for 6 for 40, and Tyndall with a 1 completion for 20 yards. I thought we would see – I didn't think we'd go 2 scores at the half, Scott, but that's where we're at. But I still think this is a game where Milford gets the ball first. They started to figure something out there in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Benny, I think two of the biggest plays were the strip sack and then
fumble in the end zone.
Fumble in the end zone.
Right.
And really, Milford's just hung around a little bit, and they've hung around and made some plays, and they converted their both 2-point conversions, and they've done what they had to do to hang around the game. Early on, they got absolutely overpowered by the running game. They made some adjustments, and they're 2 scores away. They're going to get the ball, so we'll see what kind of effort they could get and what they could dial up. And I really feel like we were talking about before, I really feel like Coach Strickland and Milford has kind of been figuring out a little bit here what works and what doesn't work. And what has worked is they put Desmond Alduge in the backfield,
yep.
and that's helped. And I think getting the ball in Kravitz's hands has really been productive. So I think those are really the 2 things, if I was on offense in them, I would really try and do. And then on defense, I feel like when they have let their linebackers kind of play within space and make plays on Young and the running backs, that they've been more successful. So those are the 2 things you're hoping to see kind of out of Milford. Out of Lake, on the flip side, more of the same. I mean, they scored 4 times in the first half, and Tyndall has played well. I mean, their stars, their big players have played well. Khalif Spencer's played well. Snell has played well. Young, obviously. Rivera. So, I mean, they've played well, and they've had guys step up that we weren't talking about before. 21 Trayvon Hodnett stepped up, and 33 Earl Downey. So, I mean, they've had some guys step up that aren't typically their top players, but, you know, that's the kind of depth that you need to go far in 2A.
So, folks, there's your halftime stats. They're on the screen. Nick Peeler, Ace Handyman Services. There's his address. There's his phone number. Give him a call. He services Kent County, Sussex County, and Lower Newcastle County. Give Nick Peeler a call. Air Force veteran. Great guy. Folks, we're going to go to this commercial. This was our guest picker from today, Cassandon Clanton. This was him last year on homecoming. Take it away, Cassandon. Good afternoon, sir. And that's who's going. Oh, he sidesteps him and trucks into the end.
And obviously a favorite of his teammates there. And
Coach Johnson do that time and time again on homecoming, putting a senior in there.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air.
And there it is, Scott. In 24 minutes of playing time, somebody's going to hoist that bell at the end of this game. Battle of the Bell, 54th playing. The Lake Forest Spartans and the Milford Buccaneers. Milford gets the ball.
So let's see if they squib kick it again and try and kick it out of bounds. It seems like they've been staying away from the returners of Milford here.
Takes it at about the 15-yard line. That's number 3, Satarin, and he's going to get out to about the 25. First and 10 for the Buccaneers. So, Scott, I think right now, not desperation time yet, but maybe a little hurry-up time. You want to get a good drive here and get a score.
Yeah, the ability to sustain a drive, move the ball, churn out some first downs, that's really what Milford's looking here. They're looking for their big guys to step up. Kravitz split out to the far side. You got
trips to the bottom side of the formation.
And a single back in the backfield with Mejia.
Mejia takes a snap, three-step drop, looks downfield, has a man over the middle, incomplete to Kravitz.
Yeah, and he kind of underthrew him again. And Kravitz was there. I mean, it was open for a minute. They just couldn't capitalize on that one. But that just goes to show you what they're thinking. They're coming out. I mean, we talked about it at halftime, Benny, that you got to try and get the ball to Kravitz. And listen, the more times you throw to him, the more likely he's going to be able to break one off for you.
2nd and 10. And not sure which running back that was, but he's got the first down.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 on the 44. I mean, I like what they're doing, Benny. I like the play selection so far and what they're trying to do.
Snap to Mejia, handoff up the middle, nothing there. That's number. Oh, he steps out of a tackle down to so big hit near midfield.
A little extracurricular activity
and
afterwards.
We're gonna get a flag.
That's what you don't want to see. It's like a little discussion afterwards. 5-10 yards off the play.
Just reminding him who hit him, right?
Yeah. You know we're playing for the bell, right?
Right. So I'm going to ring your bell. That was a big hit. But number 9, Lake, steps out of the tackle. Looked like he was wrapped up in the backfield. Yeah, heavy penalized in the first half between both teams. And let's see which way this one goes.
Yeah, you hope they could clean it up a little bit in the second half.
And it's going to be a personal foul against Lake Forest. And that's going to add 15 on to the end of the run.
I mean, those are the costly penalties that we were talking about, Benny, that in high school sports you really want to avoid the timing of that. I mean, here they had him stopped. He shakes out of the tackle, breaks off a big gain, and then gets 15 on top of it.
And gets another first down.
Yeah, and another first down.
So that's going to move the ball down to the 36 of Lake Forest.
Yeah, Coach Johnson wants an exclamation on that one, and he's saying, we got that one right, Coach.
1st and 10. For the Bucks. 2 backs in the backfield on either side of Mejia. 2 receivers split. Mejia drops back, looks down the right sideline. He's got Kravitz breaking open.
Kravitz caught that.
Touchdown, Milford.
And he was in double coverage. And Mejia put some air under it. And you saw in the first half, Benny, where he didn't get the air under and didn't lead Kravitz, and he made that adjustment. And that's what we were saying about Mejia. He is a dual threat run first guy, but he wasn't afraid to air it out. And he set his feet and let that ball go.
So touchdown for the Bucks, and they're going to – looks like they're going to go for 2 here. And they bring in another big body. And now they're going to kick. So on the kick is number 8, Legros.
I mean, that's a huge play for Milford.
Right, way to come out of the half.
It's really what they needed to get back in this game.
And got the kick up. And no good. So kicking problems here on both sides tonight. We're going to go to a timeout, folks. Your score, Lake Forest 28, Milford 20.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
36 yards. Ryan Mejia to Andrew Kravitz for the touchdown. And Bucks right back in this game, 28-20, 54. Scott, what did I tell you to have? Don't tune out. There's something special about this game.
That's absolutely right, Benny. And for the all the advertisers, they need you to stay watching.
That's right, and they
anyway,
need more
so.
touchdowns because the more touchdowns I get, the more commercials I get to play. Third quarter score of Middletown 14, Smyrna 8. Caravel 54, Sussex Tech 0, and Delmar and Red Lion all knotted up at 13 up in Bear.
And that's just what the doctor ordered for Milford. Nice drive, couple plays, capitalize on a couple mistakes, long pass to one of your playmakers. I thought he hit him in stride in between two
Yes.
defenders, and he threaded the needle on that.
It came down a little low because he kind of basket caught. It was a great play by Kravitz.
Yeah, really great play. And, that's really like you could look back this season for Milford, and he could say, that's really coming of age of Mejia to make that throw there.
Kicks a bouncer, and Lake Forest is going to touch that one. Ball's loose. Both teams saying they have it.
I mean, they'll tell you, stay away, man, hot potato.
Right. You just got to make sure it gets out of bounds.
Yeah.
28-20. So Milford comes out of the locker room. 3 plays, they're in the end zone. Now it's Lake Forest's chance. 1st and 10. The ball at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Lake Forest, you want to slow it down now.
Yeah,
You want to grind it out, get a nice long drive, control the ball.
Which means they're going to air it out because every time they do the opposite.
Yeah, they do the opposite.
Coming up at the end of the game, folks, we'll have the Active Pest Solution Pest of the Game and the Louis Pizza Player of the Game. 2 awards. We'll get their picture. We'll get them up on Twitter tonight. Motion goes to the far side. It's going to be Young up the middle. And he's going to get it out to about the 40, maybe the 41. Pickup of about 10 on the play.
Yeah, it actually
on the play.
looks like Lake increased their splits a little bit, the distance between the linemen, and it looks like they actually created more space in the bigger hole on that play than they were in the middle of the first half.
2nd and 3 for Lake Forest. Ball at their own 41.
I mean, if Aiden Young starts ripping off 7-yard runs on first downs, this could be a heck of a drive.
It's going to be Young again. Hit at the line of scrimmage. And hard to see who made the hit.
Hey, that right side of the line collapsed.
Number 6 is celebrating. That's Charles Short.
And the Milford guys really hustled to get to the ball and broke down and drove on Aiden Young.
A loss of a yard on the play. 3rd and 3 for Lake Forest.
And that's what the coach teaches you. They want to get your pads low, get your head up, drive with your legs, aim for the hips. Don't get faked out by the head.
Spartans break the huddle. Young in the backfield, Tyndall under center. Double wing formation. Motion goes to the far side as Young again. He is again hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Milford has made the adjustments at halftime. They've come out to play this third quarter, Scott.
Tremendous push. They got a tremendous push off that snap. They're talking about maybe there was a fumble, but I don't think so.
No. And Young gets up. Staggering a little. He took a shot. Loss of about 3 on the play. 4th and 6.
I mean, after that first down, Milford really made some adjustments here. They stepped up. They filled the gap. They slid the open space here.
Johnson Oakley on the punt. And back deep, I can't get a number. My guess would be either Saturn or Kravitz. Low snap, gets it off.
That's number one.
It's Mejia.
Mejia, yeah.
Wow, I got your quarterback returning punts.
Hey, put your players in positions to make plays.
That ball's going to roll down about the 6-yard line. Nice punt.
That's called flipping the field, Ben.
Yeah, you absolutely flipped the field there. So 8:41 to play here in the third quarter, 28-20.
It really hasn't been a field position game,
No.
so that's really not that much in the play. That's really the first time they flipped the field and been any kind of field position type situation.
So Milford takes over 1st and 10, ball at their own 7-yard line.
We want to thank that chain crew again, Mr. McDaniel, Mr. Brown, and Mr. Mosley.
One of our sponsors, I think, Sunbelt Rentals. Folks, they're the big green company we see around the state. Sunbelt Rentals, Delmar, Milford, Dover, and up north somewhere in Newcastle County. Not for sure exactly where. Mejia with 2 running backs to the other side, takes a snap, and it's going to be a handoff to Horsey. And I think he may have lost yards on that.
Yeah, it's Khalif Spencer in the backfield making that play.
Lost a 2 on the play.
Yeah, number 4, Khalif Spencer. We've called his name a lot.
Right.
He's a super athletic guy playing the corner, and they actually had a lead back try and chip him on that, and he shed right through it and made the play.
2nd and 12 for Milford at their own 5.
Yeah, they had the blockers out to get on the second level onto the backers, but Khalif Spencer undercut that whole play.
Mejia takes a snap, looks to the right, has a man open, and that's incomplete. So incomplete pass.
Yeah, Kravitz is saying there was interference, but
It's hard to see through these double pane tinted windows.
Yeah.
It's like looking in the mirror, I can see my referee real good sitting next to me. 3rd and 12. So I think you got to put the ball in Mejia's hands, let him run a little bit, and open up that passing game. Right there.
You wonder if they're going to do that sprint draw again, but he's standing on the goal line. Oh, he's looking to unload.
Goes down the right side.
Knocked out of his hand.
Yeah.
Knocked down at the line, and that's going to be 4th and 12.
Touchdown!
Oh, they're going to say touchdown Spartans.
Yeah, that's number 9 that recovered the ball in the end zone.
Anthony Lewis.
Ball in his hand, ready to pass. Ball was knocked out, recovered by the Spartans in the end zone. Touchdown!
I thought Mejia's hand was coming forward, which would have made it a
incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. But he must have got it.
I took my eyes off. I was watching Kravitz sprint down the sideline. And so 2 defensive touchdowns in this game. 34-20.
Man.
And they're going to go for 2.
That's not how we drew it up.
No.
That is not how they drew it up.
We thought there'd be a lot of points on the board.
Yeah.
But we didn't think the defense was going to do it.
Wow.
And Lake Forest is going to have to burn a timeout right away. Freddie Johnson is not happy about it.
Yeah. I don't think they had the right personnel on the field for what they want to do.
Let's take a timeout with them, Scott. We'll be right back. 34-20 is your score.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
So welcome back to James H. Blades Stadium. Scott, let's see if this timeout makes a difference late in the game. Not that I question Freddie making the timeout. You had to. You didn't have your personnel field. But you just scored a defensive touchdown. You went up 34-20, and now the personnel doesn't get on the field. And you got to burn timeout. 7:39 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and you could tell by what he was.
He wasn't happy.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
Yeah, we're going to get whistles on the play.
You know, the life of a high school football coach is being perpetually disappointed.
That's right. I know he didn't go out there and say, son, tuck your shirt in. You look good.
Yeah. But, you know, they're doing great work and molding young men.
Right.
And, you know, we appreciate all the work every high school coach is doing.
I had a coach who used to tell me, if I'm yelling at it, I care about you.
Yeah, exactly. When I started ignoring you, I don't. Yeah. I don't really think I need you anymore.
I can't remember your name.
Yeah, if I can't remember your name. I remember one day at practice, the first day, and they put the tape on your helmet with your name on it, and they spelled my name wrong. And
well, there's a lot of M's and R's.
Yeah.
I mean, you only had 3 or 4 letters to pick from.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. So I remember saying to myself, I guess I got to play good enough so I remember my name.
Remember my name and spell it right.
Yeah, spell it right.
So I'm not sure what that was. I know that
Tyndall's going to throw it.
And it's picked off, but you can't advance it in high school. That's number 12 on the interception, though. Ethan Wilkins gets the pick. Doesn't go down as a turnover, but he does get the pick. So let's stay right here. And like we said, we expected scoring, but we expected it from the offense. So we've had 2 defensive scores and 2 other scores set up by turnovers.
Yeah, and turnovers in big games really kind of dictate it because, like you said before, you can't really game plan for it, but you know something's going to happen, and you just hope that the crazy thing that happens really plays to your advantage. And some crazy kind of things have happened in this game, and Lake has been able to take advantage of them. They've also played very, very well.
Right.
At times they've dominated, and at other times they've been fortunate and been lucky. So, but, you know, it's better to be lucky than be good at times. But they played a really great game, and you know, we were talking before, Benny, about the first 10 plays that looks like that were scripted, and they were on the money.
Right, I think I'd go back to them.
I'd go, yeah, they were on the money. And then, you know, Milford made some adjustments and kind of changed some of their attack.
Gary kicks it away. It's going to be taken out about the 18-yard line by number 7, Keith Owens. Looking for his blockers on the right side. He's got some. Sidesteps a tackler. Has one guy to beat.
And he beat him.
It's gone. I don't see any flags. Touchdown, Milford. What do they call that, Scott? The ensuing kickoff?
On the ensuing kickoff.
You know something bad happened.
Taken to the house.
So 82-yard kick return for a touchdown.
And, you know, last week we had a heavyweight slugfest between 2 defenses.
Right.
Today we're having a heavyweight slugfest. You know, this is more like a Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard kind of thing, a back-and-forth welterweight. So that's going to make it 34-26. And that's going to make it a one-score game, Benny.
Yeah, it's going to get to it. Well, let's see if they go for 2 here. Well, now we got the referees meeting. I didn't see any flags.
I saw no flag. He could have stepped out of bounds, but I don't think. He had a lane, and he shot through it, and he put it into that extra gear. I mean, the only thing I could think of is if he stepped out of bounds. But I don't know.
So I guess it's an unsportsman both ways, or?
Those are my favorite because nothing happens.
Well, he never really gave them unsportsman.
Yeah.
He kind of leaned to the right.
Yeah.
Like a little square.
Offsetting.
Like a little line dance out there.
Yeah. My favorite's offsetting because that means you got a free pass to.
Right. Well, they're not my favorite because they wasted my time.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, as a player,
right.
Offsetting is the best because
right.
you won't get yelled at by the coach that bad.
So the score is good. Offsetting penalties. A little bit of chatter probably. It is a rivalry game. That happens.
I mean, they're playing their hearts out. I mean, these kids are playing their hearts out. And there's been big play after big play.
Yeah, picking a pest and a player of the game is going to be tough. It was tough last week.
I mean, I've honestly thought Milford's been out of this game a couple times.
Right.
And it's not that Lake Forest hasn't been able to put them away. I just think that they've clawed back into it.
So the Bucks are going to go for 2 here. Ahead with a running back on either side. Takes a snap, drops back, rolls to his right.
To the right side.
And he is under some pressure. He is going down. Extra point, no good. Your score, 34-26. Lake Forest will be back after this commercial timeout.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
And welcome back. Lake Forest cheerleaders pumping out some push-ups.
I think my highlight of the game has been the Lake Forest cheerleaders and the Milford band.
Yes.
Milford band's killing it. I think they started playing while he was running back the kickoff.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, what the heck, right? Why not?
Last year, I can't remember what game it was. We had a game in Delaware that the band got a penalty.
It's like the old schooner boomer, right? When they came on the field. That was the California play when the Stanford guy came on, right?
I guess it was not offsetting, Scott, because now they're marking off 15 against Milford.
Yeah, but that would have been on the
after the play, right?
Yeah, after.
But
the
I
play.
thought he signaled offsetting.
Well, there's always time to give someone a penalty.
That's right.
You can never be too late to give someone a penalty.
We just changed kickers. Aladugue's coming in to kick.
This kid does it all. I wonder if he's going to drive the bus home. I mean, he's been in the backfield. He's been blocking on the line. Let's see. Is that offside?
Kicks it high. Goes back and gets it at about his own 29. And, missed tackle there. Stiff arm. And out of bounds. That was number 14, Snell again.
I think Snell thought he was going to break it for a second there. He was one guy away, Benny, from taking it to the house.
Right.
On subsequent ensuing kickoffs.
Folks, after the game tonight, 11 o'clock, check out Channel 47 ABC as they're picking up some of our clips now. We're doing a little collaboration with ABC 47. And they'll be showing some of the clips of the Smyrna-Middletown game.
Benny, and we're in a barn burner here,
yes,
man.
We are.
I mean, this is a
Slugfest.
heavyweight fight, a slugfest, a welterweight fight. This is a little bit of everything.
Young again wrapped up by number 19, Brian Seward. And somebody's down.
You know, they've been playing at a very high intensity for a long time.
Right.
You know.
Well, this is where we might start seeing some cramping.
Yeah.
But it's a good time for the joint physical therapy. Injury timeout.
Marble down briefly, back on his feet.
So player back up. Wasn't down for long.
Yeah, that was Jameer Maribel. He looks like he's going to be okay. Sitting on the bench.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11. And, Milford Scott obviously made some adjustments at the half on defense. The only Lake Forest score of this half was the strip in the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, and if that was the NFL, someone would have thrown a red flag.
Right. Ball at the Milford 41, 2nd and 11.
Number 14.
Snell goes in motion, comes back with the counter. That's Rivera off the right side. Big hit, and he goes out of bounds. That was number 11. Alexandre on the hit.
Yeah, and 70, the defensive end for Milford, stayed home on that one and didn't over pursue on the counter. But they put Rivera in motion.
Scott, you think we're having a rivalry game here?
I do.
Well, the Harvest Bowl, Middletown 14, Smyrna 14, third quarter.
Nice. Who's doing that for 302?
That would be Glenn Frazier and Pat Gariantes.
Nice. Number 14 in motion. Again, they pitch it to him on this quick sweep.
It's Snell again. He's got some running on the right side. Got the corner, but there's a flag.
Wow.
This is coming back. There's some laundry over there about the 30-yard line.
That's in the holding zone. Yeah, they're talking about it. That's coming back. That's right where holding is, at the point of attack.
Or pushing the back, something around there. Something you don't want.
Yeah. Well, if you're Milford, that's fine. It's at the point of attack is when they call that stuff. it's that, you know, it influences the play.
And it's a hold.
Yeah, holding on Lake Forest. As the band kicks in.
Part of it. Sounds like we got one trumpet playing down there. He's doing a good job. So another Lake Forest penalty. That's their second.
Flag on the play against the Spartans.
So is that going to be a drive killer or not here?
We'll see. Snell again cutting the corner, and
I mean
he has been dangerous in this game.
I mean, they did a little quick pitch to him coming back the other way. I mean, he turned on the afterburners on that one.
3rd and 6 for Lake Forest. Ball at their own 36. Snell goes in motion again. Drops back, look to the left side under pressure and hit hard. Number 53, Aston Hudson.
Yeah, Aston Hudson with the big play. I mean, that's a key play at a clutch time.
Incomplete. He had to throw it early, and Snell wasn't ready for it.
And he had Snell. Snell was open in the flat. He had one guy to beat out there if he caught that. So that's a big momentum play right there. That'd make it 4th and 6. But I'm not sure how it could be 6 if they had a 10-year penalty.
Because it was downfield.
Oh, it's from the point, yeah. It's like a timeout, Ben.
And who's taking this? So Lake Forest burning their second time out here.
Yeah.
We'll take one with them, Scott. We'll be right back. Your score, 34-26. Spartans in the lead. Battle of the Bell.
In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
And welcome back to Lake Forest High School, James H. Blade Stadium.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Johnson wanted a timeout, talk it over. This is what we got. This is what we're doing. This is your assignments.
He is down to his last timeout, 4th and 6. They're going to go for it.
I mean, this is a big play.
Tyndall under center. Play action, rolling to his right, under some pressure. Has a man open. It's Marable. And Marable has it down inside the 25 for a Lake Forest first down.
Yeah, and Tyndall moved his feet. There was some pressure, but he rolled out, and he threw it over the outstretched arms of the Milford lineman. Beautiful throw. Marable with great hands, solid hands.
That's what Coach Johnson said. He has great hands for a tight end.
Hey, worth the timeout.
Yeah, for the first down, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, after 17 years, you know your kids. You know your kids.
Right.
You get out there, you settle them down, say this is what we're doing. We're rolling out. We're getting the ball to Marable in the flat, and we're going to let them make a play.
Couple big games tomorrow, not on our broadcast, but in the state. Hodgson's traveling down to Sussex Central, 7 o'clock kickoff. The Golden Knights looking to maybe get themselves another title this year. They're a third-ranked team. And then Cape and Lopin travels up for a 1:30 game against William Penn's. Pitch to Snell. And, swing and a miss over there on the outside. He gets down inside the 10 for a first down.
That's literally a carbon copy to the same side that he broke it off on and got called back on the penalty. And, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
Keep going to the well till they stop you. And that was a swing and a miss on the outside there, on the outside contain on the defensive end. He had so much space.
Well, he had 2 guys out there trying to extend the edge, but his speed, he got the edge first.
The one thing you can't coach, Benny.
Speed.
That's right. Can't coach it.
There's people out there that tell you they can. They'll charge you for it.
I mean, a little bit.
Right.
Not like that.
First and goal from, looks like the 9-yard line, maybe the 8. And it's going to be, there's a flag on the play, and Young takes it down near the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like he fell forward onto about the 2.
There's a flag on the play, though. Came from the line, Judge, so it's going to be either procedure or offsides.
It looks like it's on Lake.
Well, I'll tell you, so even if you're Milford, the way this game's going, you're not worried about a time out here. No, it is on Milford. Illegal procedure. Back them up 5. So it's going to be a first and goal from outside the 10.
It's on Lake, right?
Yes. Yeah. But the way this game's going, I mean, if you're Milford Lake Forest, getting scored on right now is no big deal because, they're just going to bring a big hitter back on their own.
I mean, it might be who scores last. Could
right.
be, I mean, they're down by 1 score. I mean, every time I say something, there's a fumble in the end zone or kick return or something, man, I mean, you've been saying it all along. Don't tune out. Wait for the next commercial.
And if you do, come back for the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
First and goal from the 13-yard line. Tyndall goes under center. Motion comes to this side. He hands off to Young with a lot of running. That's not Young. And it's a touchdown.
Yeah, 41 Young.
Yeah, it was Young. Big 13-yard touchdown run.
And he got out. He was running full speed when he took that handoff and did not slow down. He made one move and was in the end zone.
40-26.
I mean, he hit that hole like he knew he was going to score.
Right. And then he had a full head of steam headed for the end zone. Again, Lake Forest trouble getting personnel on the field.
I mean, when you plant that right foot and step into that hole at full speed, it's a problem. I mean, that's a problem.
And they're going to go for it here. Might as well because neither team's had any success with the kicking game.
Going for the 2-point conversion.
He's going to throw it.
Man, it's tipped at the line. No good. Folks, your score, Lake Forest 40, Milford 26. We'll be right back after this commercial time.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
And welcome back. 40-26. Scott, you might have to run out to your car and get Dave Marvel the calculator because there's going to be a lot of math to do at the end of this game.
We like that. We get paid by the yard up here.
Dave Marvel's chalking up the stats for the Ace Handyman post-game stats. Brought to you by Ace Hardware Handyman, Nick Peeler. He's out of Dover, but he covers Kent, Sussex, and Lower Newcastle County. Give Nick Peeler a call.
Wow, great kick.
Takes the ball out about his 13. And this, steps through a tackle. And big hit by number 3, Maribel.
Big hit by Maribel.
And has the ball out to the 35. Looked like he almost going to break another one, Scott.
Yeah, that was 7 Keith Owens on the return. I thought he was going to break it. Yeah, he hit that hole. I mean, it looks like it was the same setup to the same side on that.
Right.
But Maribel snuck through that line.
So 3:51 to play here. Lake Forest with the 40-26 lead. But it's Milford's turn, Scott.
I mean, let's see what we're going to dial up here, Coach.
Pistol formation. Mejia takes. It's a bad snap. And just got to fall on it and piggy it. So big loss on the play for.
That's number 9, Elijah Lake, with a heads-up play. Mm-hmm. Hey, just fall on it. No reason to pick it up and run.
Live to play another day,
That's right?
It's going to take it back to the 20, so loss of 15 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 35. I wonder what page he has to go to in his playbook for a 2nd and 35.
Guard trap.
If you were down in the castle, it's probably what you see. That
That's exactly what
or the counter crisscross.
Yeah, the counter crisscross. I'm going to say throw it to Kravitz.
Mejia
Oh,
under some
look out.
pressure and hit from behind. Oh, and had Kravitz in stride.
He had Kravitz in stride on the shallow crossing, and he just couldn't pull it in. And
Maribel with the rush on that play.
Maribel had bad intentions on that rush.
As he did third quarter score from our out-of-town scoreboard. Dover 24, St. George's 6.
And you got to say, that's the right call in the right situation.
Yeah, I like the call.
I mean, they're coming
and look,
hard.
he makes that catch. There was nobody over here.
He makes that catch. He might be off to the races.
Right. Ball on the 20, 3rd and 35 for the Bucks. Back to the pistol, trips to the bottom half of the formation. And a little draw play, but sniffed out.
That's number 9, Anthony Lewis.
He sniffed it out.
Man, he was not fooled. I mean, that was that little play that fooled him in the first half, where kind of a shotgun draw sprint out by the quarterback, and Anthony Lewis said, not twice.
Look at this Dover score. Hey, this could be their second AAA win in a row from the District 1 against District 1 team. Lost to Arundel to start the season, and then 2 big wins in state.
Was that the final?
No, it's the third quarter score. 2:15 to go here, and it looks like they might be going for it. Nope.
Nah, they're kicking. I mean, he is back, but he's definitely going to kick it.
And he gets it off. Drifting back on bounce at about the 50. Takes a Milford roll. And Spartans will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Minute 54 to go here. Third quarter. Scott, it's 9 o'clock, 9:15. This has been a long one.
Let me tell you.
We had a long one last week, too.
It's a beautiful night, man. It's a great night to play football. I don't think anyone's minding, playing. There's no humidity.
Right.
It's perfect little breeze. You're scoring at will. I
Right.
mean, we could play all night if it's me.
Want to thank our cameramen, Trey Mitchell and Matt Westcott, bringing you all the action here tonight. I'm Benny Mitchell. He's Scott Camera, and Dave Marvel outside currently writing, because he might as well start adding up now than adding to it. 1st and 10 for Lake Forest. Tyndall goes under center with Young behind him. 3-step drop, looks to the side, has a man open. That's number 6, Johnson Oakley. Touchdown, Lake Forest.
What a beautiful throw by Tyndall. Oakley caught it in stride, and there was no stopping him.
No, there wasn't. Touchdown.
And to keep going back to what we talked about before the game, Tyndall had to have a great game, and he is having a great game.
Yes, he is.
And that wasn't a situation where you look through your progressions.
Right.
He knew pre-read, pre-snap where he was going to go with the ball, and once on that 3-step drop, once his back foot hit, he just let it go.
Absolutely. And looks like they're going to go for 2 here again as Oakley checks out. This is another guy that Fred Johnson talked about. He's got speed. Returning starter from last year.
I mean, there are a lot of options on offense for Lake.
And going to throw back corner again.
Oh.
And he may have knocked that out of his hand. Incomplete either way.
Yeah, great play by the Milford defender. He
In and out of
Earl Dowling had the ball in his hands, and the Milford player made a really nice play on it.
Scott, let's take a commercial timeout. Your score, Lake Forest 46, Milford 26. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And welcome back. Lake Forest High School, 54th playing of the Battle of the Bell. And Scott, Well, we got 72 points on the board, and we're only in the third quarter.
I mean, it's you're looking at a basketball score here.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
I mean, you're not far off.
Gary will kick it away. Milford with 2 guys back.
Yeah, and Keith Owens is the one that's been dangerous.
And he's got it again at his own 17-yard line this time. And runs right into a tackler, gets it out to about the 29. And that's where Milford will take over, 1st and 10. Minute 36 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Lake figured that out a little bit.
I think that's when you run the old reverse on the wall. Run your wall to the other side and run the reverse.
I was thinking that. I didn't want to say it, though. I didn't want to jinx anybody, but a little reverse back to the other side.
Yeah, playing back in the 80s, I guess our coach didn't think maybe we were that smart, so our return was never left or right. It was always to our sideline.
Oh, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, it went to our sideline, unless it was a reverse, which we didn't run much. 1st and 10 for the Bucks at their own 29-yard line. Pistol formation with an up back, and nowhere to go there.
Hodgett with a big stop, big tackle for the Spartans.
Yeah, and that's 21 Trayvon Hodden again on that play.
Loss on the play.
He's been in on a lot of plays, Benny.
Update in Bear, Red Lion 20, Delmar 13.
I mean, minute 27 left in the third.
We must have a penalty.
Yeah, they're marching it off.
Personal foul against Milford.
That's a killer. That's not what you want.
Two of them in this half.
Man, that makes it 2nd and 14. Ugh. That'll make you mad as a coach.
Yeah, and keep it together, gentlemen. Nah, it's going to be longer than that.
Yeah, longer than that.
That's going to take it all the way back inside the 20. About 2nd and 21. Oh, now he picked up, moved a little bit more. Is there 2 of them? Now they're back inside the 15.
I mean, he's on the 13.
So 2nd and we'll call it
17,
27. Yeah, you got to add the 10.
Man. That was not a great series.
No. Toss to Lake. And he might pick up a couple. Stays in bounds. Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and about 25. And whistles on the.
Yeah, and that was Anthony Lewis that tracked him down from behind.
And we have another injury, so time for another joint.
And that's a
physical
cramp.
therapy injury. Well, it is third quarter, but it's a nice night.
I'm not cramping, are you?
No, I'm not at all.
Yeah,
I might be stiff when we get up at the end of the game.
I'm totally hydrated right now.
I mean, we're looking at a 10 o'clock, 10:30 ending here. Plus, I've been staying hydrated here, so
that's very important.
Absolutely. Got to make it to the postgame show.
So 3rd and 25. What do you got in your playbook for that?
I'm throwing it to Kravitz.
That's what I think, too. I think, listen, I might go back to that shallow crossing route where you move the pocket a little bit and look to hit him on in step.
And this is coming off the field. Is this a 9 or an 8? 9, Anthony Lewis.
Yeah, Anthony Lewis made the play, tracked him down from behind, and then he needed some attention, cramping up.
46-26, minute 7 to go here, third quarter. And the Milford players come back on the field. So here we go, 3rd and 24, 25-ish. And Mejia with a running back on either side, split to both sides. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and runs it himself and picks up a couple. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Quarterback keeper for a short gain.
It looks like you almost played it safe, get a little more room to let your punter / quarterback.
Right. Oh, but they don't, they only drop back about 5 to 8 yards.
He's got it now.
Right. Fourth down for the Bucks. Yeah, we expect Mejia to kick it away here. 14 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Fourth down for the Buccaneers.
And he gets it up and high in the air. Takes the Milford bounce across midfield.
Great bounce. Lake really didn't have anybody back. I don't think they believed he was going to kick it.
No. Well, that's the end of the third quarter, folks. Your score, the Lake Forest Spartans 46. The Milford Buccaneers 26. So far, Scott, looks like the bell might be safe here in Felton. We'll be right back.
Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, paninis, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food.
And welcome back. Benny Mitchell and Scott Cameron here. Lake Forest will take over 1st and 10 after the punt. They have one timeout left in the game, but they lead by 20. Playing for the bell.
Yeah, and 72 combined points in 3 quarters.
Right.
What's going to happen in the fourth is the question.
Beautiful skyline over there with the trees and the lights, Scott. I wish we get a picture of that.
Just a great night for football.
Wing T, or excuse me, wishbone formation, and this is Spencer.
Wow.
And tackle made by number 5, Ricky Forrestal.
And Spencer's just a slashing guy.
Right.
He gets into that second level, and he's very difficult to bring down.
First down for the Spartans. As they go into Milford territory, we have whistles, and we're going to have a hold on Lake Forest, so not so fast. I don't even see the flag.
Yeah. I mean, Lake Forest has a lot of options. We talked about it. You got Maribel, you got Rivera, you got Young, you got Khalif Answer. I mean, lots and lots of options.
Got the wave going on here, Scott. There's enough people to do it.
Flag against the Spartans for holding.
So 10-yard penalty for the Spartans. Holding.
I'm going to say they're not throwing the flags. They're implied.
Right.
They might be one of those where they take the flag out and hold it up and put it back in their pocket.
1st and 15. Yeah, just wave it at the ref. I got one.
Yeah, I got one, man.
Full house backfield. And it's going to be Maribel again. Stiff arm. Gets down to a big hit. And goes out of bounds. Number 6, Charles Shorts and Maribel collided.
Yeah, and Khalif Spencer, I mean, he's a load to bring down.
I think that was one of those, what they say, the irresistible force meets the immovable object.
And it's funny because Spencer really didn't run the ball at all in the first or second quarter, and now they're going to him here late. I mean, Young and Maribel pretty much carried the load, and now you got Spencer. He's the up back in the we're going to call that a wishbone.
It's a wishbone, yeah. Maribel again. Oh no, this is Young. Breaks a tackle. And almost steps out another, but he's got enough for another Lake Forest first down.
I mean, the last 3 running plays, they're into the second level before they're getting hit. I mean, you said they were a veer wishbone team. We didn't see much of the veer wishbone
last week,
and we didn't see much of it tonight until they needed it. And when they needed it, it worked.
11 minutes to go here.
I mean, they primarily ran the spread and the single wing and then the off-balance line. But when they really need it, the veers come to life for them.
1st and 10 at the Milford 42.
1st and 10 for the Spartans.
They got a
Young in the backfield.
Under pressure, throws it away. Incomplete. 21, Jordan Curry.
Yeah.
There's another wrestler for the Milford Bucks.
Yeah, Jordan Curry in
And
on that.
56, J.B.N. Purnell.
And Tyndall really had nowhere to go, Benny.
I mean, how he got his arm up to even get that thing away.
He was in the grasp.
2nd and 10.
Wow, they got everybody up in the box. They got 9 guys
Young
in the
again.
box.
Cuts
Oh,
to the right.
man.
Big hit by Aladuge. Coming from behind. That's enough for another 1st down.
I mean, they had 9 guys up in the box, and Young just blew through that gap.
Yes, he did. What a run. Cuts back to right. And who's there but the big man, Aladuge.
And downfield, too. It actually was to the opposite side of Alduge, and he tracked him down from behind.
1st 10 for Lake Forest. 2nd 1st down on this drive. And it's going to be Young again. And just running through people, Scott. Stepping out of tackles.
Man.
Gets it down to about the 15. About a yard short of a 1st down.
And he broke about 3 or 4 arm
He's just
tackles
running
there.
through
He's
people,
just
yeah.
running through people.
East Coast Motor Cars red zone.
Yeah, and Young is starting to impose his will on the Milford defense.
Updated score out of Dover. Dover 31, St. George's 6. Senators starting to put it on, Scott. They've hung 30 on 2 straight opponents.
That's a little bit of a surprise. I thought St. George's was going to be able to handle them.
2nd and 1 at the 15. And we have whistles on the play. Time out. Milford. We're going to take one with them, Scott. Your score here in the 4th quarter. Lake Forest 46, Milford 26. The Spartans are on the move. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
And we're back. That's the guy you saw right there. Scott Kammerer, my color commentator for this evening. I appreciate you, Scott, coming out this season and helping us out here at 302 Sports.
Yeah,
live.
I appreciate you asking me, and I don't mind being the fill-in guy. Our usual color commentators.
We're just wishing for the best for Jim Tack, folks.
He's out for
the season.
Out for the season, and I'm filling in along with some other guest guys, and I'm keeping his seat warm until he's ready.
So here we go, coming off the timeout. And it's going to be Young again, following his blockers, and there's a whole bunch of them there.
Student body left.
Right. And he's going to be outside of 10, about the 8th 1st down for Lake Forest. Scott, not only is Aiden Young imposing his will, the entire offense of Lake Forest is, like you said, student body left, and it was. Everybody was in, almost like a rugby scrum there.
Yeah, and a touchdown here is going to be a problem. I mean, that's going to make it.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Of course, I've been saying that for a while,
right.
And Milford keeps battling back in the improbable. But this is the 4th is looking more like the 1st quarter, where we're
I'm not sure if we have another penalty. One referee's holding the ball, and we're going to have a conference.
do you think, a holding?
It's no. Always don't. It's obviously a penalty on Milford.
Yeah, it's calling on Milford. Face mask, maybe?
Yeah, face mask or another personal foul.
Unsportsmanlike.
Takes it down inside the 5.
He didn't signal what it was.
They have it all game.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
In his head, he knows.
As
Oh,
Maribel
wow,
spins
Maribel.
into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Maribel.
And they go up 52 to 26.
Man, Maribel made it happen there. He lowered his pads and made that happen, Benny.
Yes, he did. Remember another hard run. They got a lot of hard runners in that backfield.
Man, that's a dagger right there.
And coming on the kick will be number 30, Aiden Gary.
Aiden Gary has had a ton of opportunities and kicks this game.
Oh, bad snap. And Aladuge gets in there and breaks it all up. So we're going to go to the commercial here in the 4th quarter. Lake Forest 52, Milford 26. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home. For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware.
And welcome back. 52-26 your score, 9:01 to play here in the game. Remember, at the end of the game, we'll have your Active Pest Solution Pest of the Game and your Louis Pizza Player of the Game. Scott, I went to Louis' that thing. That is chef salad. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I'm trying to stay healthy, I guess.
I mean,
trying to live to this week.
It's a big mistake to order a salad.
Right.
Big mistake.
Although even their salads are good.
I love everything at Louis. You know, Nicole has moved out of town. We talked about that last time.
Across the street from me, man.
Yeah, that's.
That might be a problem.
Yeah.
They're going to go right across the street from Grotto's, the Grand Slam, going head-to-head again.
Old school.
That's right.
Talk about a heavyweight battle. Battle of the pizzas.
There's so much pizza in Roe.
Nick's was my favorite.
Yeah, every time I turn around, there's a new pizza shop. I'm like, really? So kicking it away will be Gary. And kicks this one down to about the 20.
Oh, big hit.
And going to go down about the 30, so 10-yard return. It's going to be 1st and 10. 8:53 to play here in the 4th quarter.
Brogan Thomas with the big hit on the return.
So Scott told people to hang around to the 4th, and Lake Forest has just proved me wrong all the way around.
I mean, you're right in the sense that they put the finishing touches on Milford. Milford was in this game, and they were back and forth, and they had a couple things break their way, and they had a couple turnovers, but really they kind of fell apart a little bit at the end with some penalties, and Lake Forest running game started really grinding them up.
Pistol formation with Mejia. Looks to his left. Oh, has a man breaking open, but incomplete. Had to get turned around, 2nd down. Scott, I want to thank the viewers tonight. Just check the analytics. Over 1,900 viewers watching us tonight. I want to thank all of you for checking out the Battle of the Bell and watching Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Next week, we're going a place where we did a lot of games over the years. We're going to be in Greenwood. Woodbridge Blue Raiders and Sussex Tech. We'll talk about that later on in the post game. And Middletown goes up 21. That's a final Middletown Cavaliers win the Harvest Bowl 21-14. So, rematch of last year's state championship in Class 3A. Are these two headed that way again? Oh, little counter there with number 4, Horsey, and just nowhere to go.
I mean, you called it, Benny. That was going to be the game, to really circle on your calendar,
Right.
and you're going to see a rematch of those two later on.
I think so. Somewhere in the playoffs, they have to survive to meet each other. So Middletown wins the Harvest Bowl. We've got 8 minutes and 25 seconds to decide who is going to grab that bell.
What's involved in a Harvest Bowl? Like,
I don't know what you get.
Is there like a pie?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like an apple pie?
Yeah.
Pumpkin? What are our choices? That's what I want to know.
3rd and 8. Pickup of 2 on the play. And, has a guy open. Catch. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 20, John Case. Was wide open. Nice throw by Mejia. We talked about throwing receivers open all night, and he did it on that one. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
And Mejia's really had a great game. I mean, he's put the ball where he's needed to put it, and he's moved around a little bit in the pocket, and he's really matured as a thrower. And I think going forward, I'm going to look at him more like the dual threat quarterback
Right.
and less as a runner. Though he's had some good runs, but he's throwing the ball a lot over the field.
4th and 8. Yeah. He turned to kick, and there was Spencer. And
Looks like they're going to take over on the 45.
they are. So gets a net of about 18 yards. Scott, I want to thank Freddie Johnson, head coach and athletic director here at Lake Forest High School, getting us hooked up and place to sit comfortably and watch this game and broadcast it for the folks. Also, let us some inside information on his team. And also, same as Sean Strickland came on the show Wednesday night and allowed me to come out to practice and get some pictures and see what was going on. So far, it's just got down here, and I think it's statewide. Coaches are really allowing us to be involved in their programs and getting to know the players. And I think that's what's important, to call a game when you actually know who these kids are.
Yeah, and you want to give exposure to the kids and to the players. And I like to thank Coach Johnson for scripting those 10 plays on the first drive. Best drive I've seen all year.
Right. So I got whistles on the play, and Coach Johnson is going to take his final timeout.
Yeah, in this day and age with YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, kids can get a exposure and a brand and a name, and people can see them play, and 2,000 people watching at home.
Right.
Is a cool thing. I mean, that's a cool thing. You can't always get here, can't always be at the game, even though there were several thousand people here at this game.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, it was a big crowd.
Folks, if we're not covering your game this week and you had a big play, coaches, athletic directors, players, send the clip into us for our top 10 plays. We can't. We're not more places than we are. So we can't be everywhere. But if you had a big play, send it in. If you had great stats, I don't care what sport it is: field hockey, volleyball, soccer, cross country, football. Send us that information in for our top performers of the week on the show. We do not have a show this Wednesday night. We'll be back next Wednesday night in Middletown. But let us know what you're doing out there if we're not covering your game.
Yeah, and back in the wishbone here, Benny. They hand it to the second guy through.
That's Spencer.
Khalif Spencer.
And got some yards, a big hit at the end. Number 8 on the tackle, Legros, the kicker.
I feel like Khalif Spencer's kind of taking over the fourth
Right.
quarter a little bit. And
Marable.
Man. This Lake Forest team's a fun team.
Yeah,
they are a fun team to watch.
I kind of think AA District 3 might flip this year. The teams that weren't in the playoffs are probably going to be in this year, and the teams that made the playoffs may be staying home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and Milford's got some players. They got some pretty good schemes. I just think that they got ground down a little bit by this running game. By, when you got 3 or 4 or 5 top flight back, they just keep coming at you.
That's Young with another first down, tackle made by number 19, Brian Seward. At the end of the game, folks, they will award the bell. The bell that rode on the engine of the train that ran from Harrington to Milford back in the 1900s. We say that like it was so long ago.
Yeah. And, you know, looking at some of the Lake Forest linemen, 79, Devin Clay, 69, Trezon Stanley.
And there's Young again.
Number 50, Brogan Thomas. Those guys have
Scott Young is starting to get a little pesty.
Is that a foreshadowing?
Maybe. He is getting pesty. He's not been in the end zone, but he has got the grunt yards tonight. A lot of guys have had big games here tonight.
Yeah, talking about finishing out the lineman, Benny, 63, Joseph Mercer, it looks like. Paving the way. I mean, the running yards that Lake Forest has racked up to go with the 52 points has been pretty impressive.
Not only do we have the awarding of the bell, which is not going to make a very long trip because it's over here on the Lake Forest side right now. We'll have the pest of the game and the Louis Pizza player of the game. This is Spencer again.
And that's Jameer Harris.
And they go out of bounds.
Putting the hole number 62 for him. So, I mean, this line has done a really good job. And sometimes when you have a good line and 3 or 4 good backs, they could be a problem, Benny. They could be moving up from the number 6 spot.
That's right. We'll see what goes on around AA this weekend.
For the record, I don't do those rankings.
No. Actually, you know how we do this? Do you know how we do the Super 7, Scott?
How do you?
There's 7 of us on the panel.
Get out of here.
Absolutely. We each get a vote. And we pick 7. And that's our Delaware Live Super 7. And
leave Spencer again.
Spencer again. And he's going to get thrown out of bounds. And 5:25 to go here. And I think that's going to be another first down. Yeah, Lake Forest right now making a name for himself, Scott. Both these teams come in undefeated early in the season, but they both come in with no losses. And Lake Forest just they started off hot early, and they've clicked here at the end.
Yeah, Milford really racked up a lot of points against 2 out-of-state teams.
Right.
You know, scoring over 30 points against both teams.
Well, they put up 26 here tonight.
Yeah, they put up 26.
Oh, this is Tyndall trying to go on a bootleg. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the 1.
He's been pretty pesty, too.
Yeah, he's been pesty.
And we're using pesty in a positive term here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely positive. As we decide who's going to be our pest of the game.
Well, Sean McMahon would agree, owner of Active Pest Solutions, that pesty is a positive.
Active Pest came to my house today.
Did they really? I work with them, too.
Yeah, they do a great job. They were almost attacked by my 3 bulldogs. But they were not.
They're just to get rid of some ants.
Yeah.
2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. A lot of good local sponsors down our way, as you see throughout the broadcast. And I think we're going to have an offsides there. So I'll tell you, here's a jump offside story. Obviously, you know Joe Booth.
Yep.
He was my football coach back my junior year, and he told a story about how Delaware was playing in the national championship, and they had the game wrapped up down in Texas. And he wanted to get his name out there as an offensive tackle, so he purposely jumped off sides. He said he figured they would replay it, and they would say his name each time, and they would get his name out there.
Talking about exposure.
Right.
How'd that go?
He ended up he's now the he's not playing professional football, let's put it that way. Works for the school district.
Oh, that's funny.
2nd down. And it's going to be a pitch. I can't see the number because I can't see through the glass. That was Rivera on the reverse. And they go out of bounds. Anything to keep us here till about 11 o'clock out.
And let me tell you, Rivera, we get paid by the game, by the way.
That's right.
Now, right? So Rivera's had some good jet sweeps and had some really good runs. I mean, he's a dangerous weapon to have. And I will say, the Lake Forest crowd has not left.
So here we go. 3rd and goal. No gain on the play. Oh, yeah, gain on the play because they had the penalty. And it's going to bring up full house backfield. And that was like Young on the carry. Nope, keeper by Tyndall, but a flag on the play.
Touchdown, Spartans!
And it's Tyndall on the carry.
Yeah, and I think Tyndall called his own number on that. He saw an opening. He's had a very, very good game. He's been a level-headed leader. He's thrown the ball well. He's run the ball well. And he has not backed down from the challenge of this big game.
We have a flag on the play, and again, deciphering where it's going. We have another meeting. Here we go. I think we're going to get a signal this time. That's a hold on Lake Forest.
You don't see a lot of holds on
the goal line.
Yeah, well, on quarterback keepers.
Right.
That must have been right at the point of attack. You can't ignore that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's going to back it up 10. So they take the 6 off the board. 52-26 still the score here. And this has been the longest drive of the season. Between the out of bounds and the penalties and the plays. And
the first quarter was pretty long, too.
Right. Well, it set the tone.
Yeah, it set the tone that it was going to be a
3rd and goal from the 12.
Night. This game's been a treat, though. It's been fun. We were talking earlier in the week, and we were saying this is going to be a fun game, and it has been a fun game.
And it is going to be Spencer again looking for some blockers. Takes it down to about the 7.
You know, I like the way Spencer runs. He's patient. He waited behind his lead back. He let the hole open. Too many times guys try and force things, and they don't let the openings come to them. But that hole opened up, and he kind of just rode his lead back right through there. He's got a nice, calm running style, Benny.
Ball out about the 7, 4th and goal. Approaching 4 minutes to play here in the game. And it's Tyndall again on the keeper, but that's Alduque says, no way, son.
He is not outrunning Alduque. I mean,
he looked like Rocky trying to catch the chicken.
Coach Johnson might be mad at Tyndall if he's calling to make a bootleg to the Duke commit side with 3 minutes left in the game.
So turnover on downs.
He must be mad at him for the other play.
Right. Folks, stay tuned for our post game, as we'll have the Active Pest Solution Pest of the Game and our Louis Pizza Player of the Game, and also the awarding of the bell, which looks like is not going to go very far. As we showed you earlier, it's on the track. Going to stay right here in Felton. So 1st and 10 for Milford, ball at their 12-yard line. And Mejia is going to go into the pistol, and we have whistles. And ready to play whistle. Okay, here we go. And it's a handoff to can't see again through the window. But Maribel made the tackle.
I mean, that's Maribel on another tackle. He's been a pest also.
Yeah.
In the middle of the line there, on both sides of the ball. And actually, he had a great catch, too.
Yes. Making it hard on us, Scott. They're making it hard on us.
I like that. I like when there's a lot of choices for player and pest of the game.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8. Ball out to about the 14-yard line.
That makes it very enjoyable if we have a lot of choices.
You're welcome, Larry Lewis, watching from Northern California. Watching the Battle of the Bell. Thanking us for the coverage. You are certainly welcome. And that's number 4, Horsey, cuts back, and he's got a first down.
Big tackle by 44, Charles Jarman. Horsey's had a nice, solid workman-like game too. I feel like Lake and Horsey took advantage of the opportunities that they had, and they definitely matriculated the ball down the field. You know, one of the questions was, could Lake Forest stop Lake and Horsey? And I think they slowed them down.
Yeah, I think so. And
yeah.
You know, the Milford touchdowns were a kick return and a fumble in the end zone. So
yeah,
I would say they did their job. And this is Horsey again, coming to the right side, cuts it back, versus his field, has some running room, runs away from another, and he's going to get it across midfield for another Milford first down.
You know, and the other thing we talked about was, could Mejia get the ball to Kravitz? He did some.
Right. And when he did, it was big.
And he missed. They missed a couple they missed hooking up on a couple crossing, and I think that was, you know, a big play. You know, could the right side of the line impose their will on the Lake Forest defense and Khalif Spencer? And Khalif Spencer stepped up. I mean, he really stepped up and delivered. And then the other thing was, could Lake Blake block Desmond Aldugue? And they kind of did.
He made his plays, but
he made his plays, yeah. And they ran away.
Rolls
from him.
out, throws downfield, has a man open. That's Kravitz, tipped by number 2.
And you know, Kravitz had separation. I mean, he had 5 yards in separation, but the ball didn't get delivered. But you know, when you have a receiver that can get separation and create an opportunity to throw, they're going to get the ball to you eventually.
So we're back here, 2nd and 10 from the Lake Forest 48.
You know, and the last key to the game that we did talk about was Tyndall and the game that he had.
Right.
And he delivered. I mean, he led his team. He did everything that Coach Johnson asked him to do.
And at quarterback, John Hudson. And he hands off to number 18, Naquan Heath. Still on his feet. And going to go down, first down for the Bucks. Final score in Dover, the Senators 31, St. George's 6. Senators moved to 2-1.
Naquan Heath with a nice little run.
Yes, he did.
I think he ran 40 yards and gained 18.
Right.
He was elusive, and he showed some power.
Cutting back, stepped out of tackle.
Yeah. I like what I saw from that young man.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 23 of Lake Forest. Milford not quitting.
He's a 10th grader, Benny.
Right. Hudson comes into the game at quarterback.
You know, Milford's quarterback last year was more of a pocket passer.
Right, Saxon, right?
Yeah, Saxon was a pocket passer.
And here we got another, there's a flag on the play.
Ooh.
And they go out of bounds. Number 22 on the carry. It's Gage Williams, freshman. And there it is, what they came here to take home. The bell. I asked Cassandra Clanton on the picks last night, how heavy is that thing? He said, it's pretty heavy.
They'll find a way to carry it.
That's right. So penalty on the Bucks. Red Lion beats Delmar 20-19.
Good game.
Yeah. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 22, it looks like. 1st and 21.
I like when Delmar plays Mount Pleasant in sports. Far away as you could probably get, right?
Right. Well, now that there's no Claymont.
Yeah. The Clay Monsters. Oh,
battle backwards pass, bubble screen. Yeah, he's still running. This guy gets out of bounds, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 17 seconds left to play here.
It's not a bad little drive either.
No.
I mean, if you like football and you like scoring, this is your game.
Maribel Right over there by the bell. He's ringing it.
Yeah, Maribel's a player. I mean, he's a kid that you'd love to have on your team.
And that goes out of bounds.
14 seconds left.
I think they're telling him not to ring it. He doesn't care. He's ringing it.
He said, I'm a senior and had a great game. I'm going to ring the bell, man.
So 17 seconds left. Pistol formation. 2 receivers to the bottom. Oh, snaps it over his head. And he's going to pick it up. He's going to try to get something out of it.
Number 24, Greco Torres with a big.
And there you have it.
That's your ball game, folks. Final score. Lake Forest 52, Milford 26.
Really an exciting game, a high-scoring game. Super enjoyable.
Ronda Jackson, your children are at the gate.
There it is. Lake Forest takes the bell, folks. We're going to stay right here with your post-game show. Dave's handed me, I don't know how many sheets of paper here with the stats. That's the scoring stats. Okay, so
that's a lot of scoring and a lot of yards.
Let's go to the Ace Handyman post-game stats. For Milford, 144 total yards, 75 passing, 69 rushing yards, 8 first downs, and 3 turnovers. And for Lake Forest, 335 yards, 85 passing, 260 on the ground, 16 first downs, 2 turnovers. Leading rusher was Young, Aiden Young, 21 carries for 128 yards. He did not get in the end zone. Snell, 3 for 76. For Milford, Lake, 10 for 22, and Horsey, 11 for 50. Tyndall was 3 of 9 for 85 yards, and Mejia, 4 of 13 for 75. A guy that really doesn't show up on those stats, Scott, is our pest of the game, and that's Jameer Maribel. Talk about his game today.
I think Jameer Maribel had a great game. He was an emotional leader. He was in on all kinds of plays. He was tracking guys down from behind. He ran the ball well. He had a good catch. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by him, and I was thoroughly impressed that his intensity stayed up the whole time, and he really didn't have a drop-off. In the game where there's 78 points scored, he was on it the whole time, and great game. He was absolutely the pest of the game.
That was number 3, Jameer Maribel, the senior. He is our active pest solution pest of the game. Now it's time for our Louis Pizza player of the game, and that's Aiden Young. Didn't get in the end zone, Scott, but 21 carries, 128 yards. He put the work in tonight.
And I think with him, he set the tone from the very beginning, running the ball between the tackles. He did the dirty work. He to me was a difference maker in setting the tone for the game and then carrying it out. And then I feel like Khalif Spencer and some of the other guys carried the load when they started keying on him. But he was essentially unstoppable for those big runs early on in the game, and he really set the tone from the beginning, Benny.
Folks, next week we will make our season debut in Greenwood when the Sussex Tech Ravens take on the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. The Set All Concept pregame show starts at 6:30 with kickoff at 7. Saturday college football tomorrow. The Delaware Blue Hens 2-0 head to 2-0 Rhode Island for a 1 p.m. kickoff. And the Delaware State Hornets now 1-1. They're going to host the University of Lynchburg, who's 0-2. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. Tomorrow's big game around the country, the old Midwest rivalry. Number 6 Oklahoma and Nebraska no longer in the Big 8 together. I remember those Big 8 games with that old turf field that Nebraska had, and it seemed like it rained every year they played.
Yeah, when Osborne was coaching
right.
and Barry Switzer. Yeah, absolutely. Good games.
Folks, that's a wrap for our game tonight. For Trey Mitchell, Matt Westcott, Dave Marvel, Kristen Mitchell back in the Lewis studio, and Scott Kammerer, I'm Benny Mitchell. Thank you for watching, and have a safe Spill Sports weekend from all of us here at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Good night, Delaware sports fans.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know.